You know, about 2.5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, me, Chris Knight, Onzo, Biggaford Entertainment, we all came together. 3 different cats, one vision to make Khaos Central the best YouTube channel on the planet. Here's one of our stories. Oh yeah, let's go.
Is there any stuff?
Khaotic Conversation is the name of the show. The first Monday of the month is the time that I go on here and bring you the heat. I got your bob in your head. You're gonna hear it repeat and be like, hey yo, is that Danny? He's an X-Man now, cause the flow is uncanny. No, I'm just a topic debater. I'm just an intro maker. Ain't no one greater. It's Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. Sit back, relax. It's gonna get hot. So, without further ado, the conversation is ready. Let's make it do what it do. Peace. Khaos Central is the channel. Khaotic Conversation is the show. Come catch me, comment, chat, Chris Knight, and Onzo. Peace.
What up, what up, what up? It is another edition of the Khaos Central. I'm your host, Danny Graham, along with 2 of my partners in crime and another partner in crime that just joined the team. That is Jen, the teacher. Welcome to the show. You on mute.
Thank you. No, we're here.
Sorry about that. I was bopping along to the intro music. That shit was tight. I love it. Thank you for having me, gentlemen. It was great. I love the sound.
Not
I
a
love
problem,
being
not
part
a
of you.
problem.
I love being part of your chaos. My chaos
Well-
fits right in.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the team. Mr. Knight, what's going on with you, sir?
Not too much. Same old. We got these 3 shows. First 3 Mondays of the month here on Khaos Central. And of course, I have the Real Review 3000. You can find me here, there, and everywhere doing all sorts of things. Reviews for Marvel stuff, reviews on other movies, things like that. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to this conversation.
And last but not least, he is the man, the myth, the legend, straight from the dark side. It is Darth Kaka Onzo.
I was just about to say, good job, Johnny, right up until the end. I got you. Like, look at this. I was like, I can't say anything bad about that anymore. Well, now it's on and popping, brother. All right? You do know that.
He must stand trial.
He has control of the Senate and the courts. He's too dangerous to be left alive.
I'm too weak.
Too dangerous to be left alive, bro.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm
What's
good.
going on?
Biggaford Entertainment. You guys know the channel. Right now, my belly is killing me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I ain't saying I won't, but I ain't never had none. I will say when I went to a Jamaican restaurant and I used to DoorDash, I almost went in that woman plate, boy, because it was smelling pretty good in my car.
Yeah, 100%.
I called my wife and said, you think they'll get mad if I drink? I mean, I take a piece of this jerk, whatever it was. Like, what you said it was? Oxtail? Man,
Oxtail.
It was smelling good.
Mm,
I won't lie, that it smelled pretty good.
mm. That's one of my favorite dishes.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and go through this chat real good. First is G Major saying, what up, though? Thank you for joining. Last one, a brand new day. Not brand new day, but No Way Home.
No Way Home.
It's just not better than that movie to me. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, Andy, it's making $1 billion the first week. It is.
Yeah, today.
Bravo.
Like the greatest Spider-Man ever. I disagree. I don't think it's the greatest Spider-Man ever. Visually, it was very stunning and stimulating and entertaining. The storyline I thought was not where it needed to be. It didn't really match the visualization. So I do think it's going to make all that money. And I think it's bringing in a lot of the newer generation. Spider-Man's a classic. Like everybody usually always loves Spider-Man. So those movies always kill it. So I know it's going to do really good and it's going to feed right into Doomsday. But after, you get over the Spider-Man moment, and if you are a true nerd and you know comic books and the lore and the stories behind it, it just don't make sense. There's certain things that just didn't add up. I don't care how good you made it on screen. People that know are disappointed. Period.
One thing I attribute to this movie is that it plants some seeds for future projects, which I have no problem with that. I have zero problem with that. I think the Hulk is a seed they're planting. I think Jean Grey is definitely a seed they planted. I'm not sure about the Punisher. Some of the things they had in there, I was told there was a lot of Easter eggs. I got to go back and look at it. I know there was a lot of fanfare. I heard people talking about on other streams that they had pictures of famous comic books, and we saw scenes
Yes.
and the montage and stuff. And a lot of people said it was the game. I never played the newer Spider-Man game, but they said a lot of the moves he did in that were moves in the Spider-Man game. So that to me, that's all a good thing. But the one thing I will say, and this is for Anzo, just right here, this movie Anzo has solidified my love for Peter Parker as Spider-Man more than Miles Morales. So I'm just saying, I ain't on the Miles Morales bus. I ain't saying I won't ever get on the bus. Right now, I'm Team Parker.
So how could solidify? You don't even really care for the movie.
No, but I'm saying, based on what I've seen with, like, I'm talking about the Spider-Man action, the story, not so much, but the whale swinging and all that stuff he was doing,
Absolutely 100% fire.
that was fire.
The web slinging and all that, but Across the Spider-Verse is still the greatest Spider-Man movie ever created. I am sorry. You
So
remember when we?
you think Across the Spider-Verse is better than No Way Home?
Yes. Yes. Across the Spider-Verse is a perfect Spider-Man movie for me. You remember when we used to stream with Yellow?
Yep.
And Yellow used to always talk about how Into the Spider-Verse was the greatest Spider-Man movie.
Uh-huh.
I was like, not so much. Still Spider-Man 2. But Beyond the Spider-Verse, bro, there's no Spider-Man movie better than that. There's just not.
I just have a hard time putting an animation ahead of a live action. I have a hard time putting a good animation in front of a good live action.
Yeah, you say that, and then you contradict yourself
When?
on the stream. When you said that Star Wars Theory Spider-Man was a... So,
yeah, but guess what? I said I'm contradicting myself on that. There are exceptions to the rules. For Spider-Man in this particular argument, I'm Into the Spider-Verse is good. I don't think it's better than No Way Home.
I just think Beyond Across the Spider-Verse is better than Into the Spider-Verse, but I do like Into the Spider-Verse. But for me, just that movie alone with the visuals, the way Miles Morales acts in that, and just the whole story.
I'm not really a fan of the art animation though.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love that movie and that animation, and then the soundtrack to me was peak. Like
the soundtrack
Part of Riot was my ringtone for like 2 years. I loved it, and I want them to do a live action one because I feel that because it's an animation, it doesn't hold weight to the live action movies for a lot of people. I think if they were able to deliver like Beyond the Spider-Verse, for me I loved it. And I thought it visually stunning. If they could do that in a live action, and I know there's been a lot of talks of, I can't think of the actor's name right now, but he was in Stranger Things with Sadie Sink and played Lucas.
Yeah.
He's been like training to play Miles Morales, and I hope that comes to fruition, because if they can do the same type of cinematography and stunts that they did in this movie for a Miles Morales movie, I think hands down we would be having a whole different conversation, because I think you would appreciate and really love it.
Agreed.
Yeah. You just Jedi mind trick me. Well, let me make this point, Chris. How you talking? Also, just Jedi mind trick me. Now I'm thinking about what I said. I said the last 4 Star Wars movies. That's specifically what I said.
Yeah, but you still put an animation above a live action.
They trash. You know they trash.
I'm just saying, you still put an animation above a live action.
No.
Whether it's trash or not.
Them four. That's different. That's way different. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm gonna say that. Well, I agree with you guys that No Way Home is definitely the superior movie. I think what they were trying to do with this movie is, as Danny said, expand the lore, give us some Easter eggs that can lead to other things. I think we have seen our Jean Grey that we're going to get for the rest of the MCU. I think this is the one they're going to keep. And that's a nice little, here, we're going to give you this before we get to Doomsday. So there's a lot of that going on. I think they're trying to figure out what they can do with the Punisher. I think they want to do a Punisher movie, but I don't think they want to do it yet. So I think they're waiting. I know Tom Holland has kind of put out there that he doesn't want to do another Spider-Man there. He doesn't want to go much past 31 for Spider-Man. So we're probably going to see him in maybe Doomsday or Secret Wars and maybe one more Spider-Man movie. And then you might get your Miles Morales. They might jump to that ship. I don't know. But I'll say this. I think the reason why we feel the way we feel about this movie is because it's going back to the first couple Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. It's not as intricately tied to the overall mythos of the MCU. It is again going. It's almost like Marvel's looked at all the stuff that Sony has done in the Spider-Verse and said, "Man, you guys can't get this right. Let us show you what we can do with your characters." I still think that every time Disney gets a hold of a Spider-Man movie, the first and foremost thing they're thinking about is we need to get this property away from Sony. I'm not saying that would be a good thing altogether, because I think the reason why these movies do so well is you have Sony and Disney people working so hard on it. It's two people thinking this needs to be a great product. So you're getting a lot more work into it. Man, I don't think that this movie should be where it's at monetarily necessarily. But I did like this movie. There's just, like I said, there's just some things in it that are a little like, don't know why, when we do that, because there's some things that leading into this, we were kind of told over the past couple of years making this movie that we were going to get some things out of this movie, and I don't think we got everything we were supposed to get out of it. But when we go,
so you said about Sony and Marvel, and I think people need to understand that Marvel has creative control over the story. Sony can tell them what they want to put in there or who they want to put in there, but when it comes to story-wise, Marvel has total control over that.
Yes, and that's right. And also, for those people out there kind of screaming, like, why did we put Hulk in this? Because they're not able to do a Hulk movie right now. They're still trying to work through all that.
100.
But in order to still have the ability to use the character, they put them in movies where they can, and they try to find parts. And I'll tell you what, if there is a bright side to this movie, one of those is kind of what they did with Hulk. And I can explain that here in a little bit. Kind of. Not exactly, but kind of.
The Hulk with what's the guy name? The one we like with Abomination. Didn't the MCU made that? Or which?
That's an MCU movie.
Okay, but how did they lose control of Hulk? That was a solo Hulk.
It's not that. Universal was in doing charge.
The distributor.
So just like with Sony with Spider-Man, Universal still holds the rights to Hulk. They just don't do anything with it. But I think in the agreement to use Hulk, there's something, and I'd have to go back and go through all of this. It's something basically like Sony won't do a movie, but they allow the IP to be used. At a certain point, they'll either have to do a movie to keep the IP, and the reason why Disney continues to use them where they can is they can show that they have need for it. So at a certain point, it's going to come down to where basically Disney's going to try to muscle in and say, no, it's ours. Look at what we've done so far. They've done nothing with it. It's all stupid Hollywood stuff. But
Sony will never give up the rights to Spider-Man.
Not after this.
Never. They will never.
We consistently say this, but unfortunately, the truth of the matter is they're still trying to sell their movie division. So at some point, they want to sell Spider-Man. Spider-Man is literally one of the few things that still makes money for this studio.
I think they may have wanted to at one time, but if this movie makes I think gonna make it go $3 billion. They make between $3 and $4 billion. They may sell it. I ain't gonna say, but they are fools if they sell it. There ain't no way I'm selling that golden goose.
Yeah, they'd be stupid if they did. I mean, it would make sense for us because we would want it all under the same branding, but they'd be stupid if they sold it because they're just selling off things for parts. They're like parting out their own machine.
Absolutely. And what I honestly think they're going to do is either one of the two. They're going to bring in Miles Morales. Miles Morales will either be with Sony, where they can still make Spider-Man movies, or they'll put Peter Parker with Sony and then let Morales be the new Spider-Man for the MCU. That way, you can have two different Spider-Mans, you can have two different universes, and you're still having
That'd be cool.
Marvel have some kind of control of a Spider-Man character.
I agree with you that if I was Marvel, I'd be trying to get Miles Morales if I don't have him already.
Right.
I still think, and again, I'm not saying that they will. I'm just still saying that I still think Disney is after all of Spider-Man.
Oh, I agree with you on that. I'm just saying, if I was Sony, they have to give me a number that's so incredible that I'd be a fool not to.
Time out. $4 billion Disney paid to get Star Wars.
And they messing it up. And I guarantee
That's fine. That's fine.
I guarantee
That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that there could be a number there.
But I
Well,
guarantee
it's probably going to be like
regretting.
8 billion.
That's what I'm thinking. And I guarantee you, Sony is regretting buying Star Wars because there's been nothing but a pain in their butt.
Disney
Disney ever since then.
You know what? I don't think they regret it, Danny, because they still make a profit on the movies, right? So as long as they make a profit on the movies, they don't care if we like it or not.
The three before Mando, right now, they ain't got nowhere to go unless
they do.
Nobody.
They're getting ready.
Some of that Star Killer.
No. According to what I've heard, they're getting ready to re-release the original cuts of the original movies in 4K. If they do that, they're going to make money off of it. It's because so many people hate the newer ones that they're going to be like, oh, we'll buy it. Again, you can always tell people, I don't like Disney. I hate Disney. I don't support Disney. Blah, blah, blah. Disney messed up Star Wars. Guaranteed you, if they release the original cuts of the original movies in 4K, everybody's going to be running to go buy them.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If they re-release them and do it like Star Trek did theirs and remaster them and add special effects in it, if they were to, let's say for instance, I'm using this example, they would have take out the old scene and put in Darth Vader fighting Ben Kenobi in the Death Star like we saw and all like. If they start doing that and making improvements on all of the first 6, I'd go see it again. But if I'm going to see the same thing and it's in IMAX, 4D, whatever, I'm not paying that money to see that.
No, I mean, I think they'll do that. I think they'll do the restoration and all that, and maybe add some more special effects. But I don't know. I mean, I've heard that that's one of the things they might do, and that's what they can do now that they own Star Wars. They can do all of that. They can go back and just basically exploit the old movies that everybody still likes.
But if I'm not mistaken, don't they have a clause where they can't touch the new ones, like do anything with them?
I thought I heard George Lucas put that in his. The first 6, I don't think they can do much to that.
As far as I know, they can. I'll have to look that up. But everything I've read says he gave up all rights. Period. And maybe there was a term of the time. Maybe I'll look it up here while we're talking.
Maybe they can't change the story, but if they're going to remax it and enhance it and put in better scenes because now the CGI special effects are better, he'd be stupid not to let them do that. Because I'm pretty sure he got some kind of backdoor clause, merchandising, something like that. I'm just assuming. I don't know, but it seems like I would have something. Okay, you can have this the IP, but the merchandising or anything else you develop new off of it, I'm getting a piece of that pie. I would. Let me read these. Shifty said, I don't have a problem putting good animation in front of live action. G.I. Joe, the movie, is better than the entire. You are.
It's better than a lot of the MCU. I'll give you that.
He said the entire.
Yeah, no, not the entire.
I don't know the entire, but it's better than a lot.
The intro is fire, but I can't remember the story now. And then I know this probably gonna piss Shifty off. I'm sorry, but I sure love Serpento and more way better than Cobra Commander.
So my God, Danny, you really can't be telling me that.
I don't care. I did. I got sick of that. Oh, bro, man, shut up. He almost in the same category with Storm. Go ahead and make the doggone storm or the snow, whatever. Don't give us no
Wow.
soliloquy. I'm just telling you. Hey, just telling you. G Major says shifty. Well, it's amazing.
Yeah. So
Tom said he'll go to 38. They're gonna do another trilogy. That's a
Yeah,
good. That's a
see,
good age to
yeah,
pass some time because he's gonna get paid now. If this movie
yeah,
makes
he,
$3 billion, he's about to get paid.
Hmm.
yeah. I believe they already signed him on for at least another trilogy. So yeah, he's signed up.
I'm just saying, originally, I'm not listening. I was talking to somebody about this, and I said, yes, and RDJ said, I'm never coming back. Zeros on a check
Yes.
will make anybody. Again, Tom just got married.
Mm-hmm.
They're just starting life together.
Yep.
I'd take a yacht. I'd take a nice fat diamond, all sorts of stuff. That money gets spent because you do the movies people want you to do. And right now, they want him to do this movie.
Bro, I'd do that till I couldn't do nothing else.
So the only thing that contractually keeps Disney from doing anything major to Star Wars is existing copyright laws and original rights, like from 20th Century Fox. So when they bought 20th Century Fox, there were rules in that. As far as George Lucas is concerned, nothing in their deal keeps them from doing anything to those movies. They can re-release them. They've added to them already. Now, granted, they say it was stuff that was in there. Think about the McClunky scene and all of that stuff. They can reformat them into 4K and other things, remaster them, however you want to say. So there are rules of what they can do, but those rules are not based off of the deal they did with Lucas. They are Disney's now.
All right. The cast a lot of X-Men this weekend. They're supposedly going to announce the cast in a few weeks at D23.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Is D23 is going to get the whole. So we should have a pretty good Spider-Man almost made $1 billion. Yeah, that's crazy, guys. I mean, and Danny Onzo and I in the chat, we were going through this on our text group about how I doubt that. I don't
Bro,
know.
stay on topic. You can't jump to topic. Go ahead, stay on topic.
Anyways, our conversation here was about does this hurt Doomsday? Anzo and I are under the are in agreement. Go figure. Manny's gonna go, of course you are. We're in agreement with this.
Oh, God.
If anything, this helps Doomsday. And it doesn't scare the Russo brothers because, if anything, it helps the Russo brothers going into Doomsday because they have all this momentum. If this had been a dud, then yes, I would be worried for the Russo brothers. At this point right now, as long as they don't screw up what this movie did, and they bring back a lot of characters and stuff. I find it hard. One of the polls I saw recently stated that, do you think Doomsday will do better than Spider-Man? If Spider-Man's doing this Spider-Man, should I say, if this Spider-Man is doing this, I think Doomsday is possibly a $4 billion movie. Now, I'm not going to stand by that yet.
That logically makes sense. I have to agree with you because of the way the trajectory is going for this movie. It is definitely the gateway and the lead up to Doomsday. So if this one's going to do this good and people are raving about it this much, then Doomsday hands down is going to surpass that, because even in Doomsday they're going to bring in so many more characters. That's one of the issues I had with this movie, that they cut out a lot of scenes that were shot with certain actors. They cut it out because at the end of the day, like you said, Sony put them all in because they have other projects. They wanted to kind of have like little Easter eggs and lead into things with Defenders and with some of the other Marvel action things that they're going to be, productions that they're going to be putting out. And they cut that out because Marvel at the end of the day wanted this to be a standalone Spider-Man movie.
And I don't remember the person I saw it on Twitter or wherever. They basically made a very good point. if this Spider-Man movie were to stay in the theaters as long as Titanic, which was 42 weeks, almost a year, this could easily be a movie that makes $10 billion.
How much you said?
$10 billion if it stayed in the theater for 42 weeks, which is what Titanic did. Now, we're not in that world anymore. But what I'm saying is that's the juggernaut you're talking about.
I don't think it'll make that much because people get tired of it.
No, it won't. Well, you would have thought about that with Titanic. They kept going back and they kept going back and they kept going back. Think about how many copies of Titanic were sold when it first came out on home video, and that was 2 VHSs. Somebody had to change the damn thing out to watch the whole movie.
That's white people stuff. I guarantee you, if you poll the audience, it was 90% white people. So that's on you.
It doesn't matter who it is that's watching it. They're going to spend the money. They're going to spend the money. My point is that Spider-Man Brand New Day, if it were to stay out for 42 weeks, you're talking about a movie that could make up to $10 billion.
10 billion is a lot. I won't say that much.
I think it'll top out. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would say if it stayed in that long, I could go about 6, 7, but 10 is a lot of money.
I'm going 5.
I mean, this movie's, and again, when I went in on Thursday and was looking at the Rotten Tomatoes, and again, take what you say what you will. Rotten Tomatoes, it's one of the metrics we use.
Yep.
It was 98 audience, 97 critic score.
That's strong.
I've never seen a movie get that high of marks on both sides of the aisle. This would be like right now if Congress in America were to pass a bill unanimously without any dissent. That's literally what this movie is doing right now. And it's completely bonkers to think of it. Because again, it isn't necessarily the greatest Spider-Man movie, but people are talking about like it is. I love the movie. It was really cool incorporating the street level characters that they use from Spider-Man comics. I mean, again, Punisher is more like that. We've had him in other places. The only thing that might have made this a little better was to bring in Matt Murdock at some point again. I mean, that would have been pretty cool. I mean, but again, they really did pull it back and say, we're going to make this a Spider-Man movie, but in a way, we're still going to tie it and give it a little kickoff. This did feel kind of like, what was the one that came out after Endgame? Was that No Way Home? No, Homecoming. Yeah, it's Homecoming, I think. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, Homecoming was first.
Homecoming was the first Spider-Man movie.
Oh, and then the second one was No Way Home.
No Way Home.
No, it was Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Far from there you go. Yeah. Because it was overseas. That's right.
Yeah.
So Far From Home, that's kind of what they used it for, because it was kind of like a springboard into the next grouping, next phase and stuff. And it was a way to, quote unquote, emotionally let everybody, the audience and Peter Parker, get over losing Tony Stark. It was kind of like that. So it had a lot of those undertones. He's dealing with a lot of things in this movie that, to the greater mythos of the MCU, don't really matter a ton. But we see the effects with people like the Hulk and other people, and like the Punisher, which now is more of a part of the MCU now. So there's a lot of the same feelings in it, but it is still more of a Spider-Man movie than it is an overall connecting movie to the whole bigger story. But it has enough connecting parts that it helps move it along. And that's been a problem we've had with Marvel movies lately, is they don't really feel like they're moving it along. I watched Thunderbolts again yesterday. I watched Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, a few others from the past few phases. And I was sitting there going like, okay movies, but they really, what are they doing for us? And maybe in Doomsday we find out that they're doing a lot more than we knew. But this one did feel more like it belonged in the MCU than other projects. It felt more back to like a normal, like what we were used to. Spider-Man seems to be doing that though anyways, because Spider-Man has done it every time they've come out.
But that's the one thing that everybody keeps talking about this movie, is that this is like a Spider-Man, like a standalone comic book Spider-Man, no Iron Man influence on him or anything like that, and he's broke and he's down to earth. So that's what a lot of people liked about this movie.
A lot of people related it to like the fact that they've watched Tom Holland as Spider-Man kind of grow up. And in this particular movie, you really see him turn into a man. Like he needs to let go of a lot of the boyish things and it's taking him a minute and he kind of like dives into work, but he hasn't really addressed himself. And he kind of has that arc. So you see him grow. And I think for the events that are going to come, if they're going to go like Doomsday Battle Worlds kind of a thing and Secret Wars, if they're going to go that direction, then he needs to kind of show that level of maturity and kind of like step up a little bit. So I see why they did some of the things they did, but they really made this such a standalone movie when they're dropping all these Easter eggs to tie all these things together. And then I know it's going to open up opportunities, like Danny said, but even having, Jean Grey in with Spider-Man, I thought was just a crazy, that was just craziness to me. They're barely ever seen in the comic books together, a few times ever. They don't really have that crazy of an interaction. This is now going to kind of set it back because when they finally do meet, they're at very different stages than they are here in this movie. So things are definitely going to spin and twist and be different, especially if Tobey Maguire's world is about to get blown up, which means he might not even make it that long in Doomsday to begin with. Because if that goes in the beginning from the incursion, then you know what I mean? So I see why they're setting things up here in this movie, but it just was so kind of off because there's certain things that we were expecting, and that definitely wasn't one of them. And I know they mentioned a couple things about mutants, but not really.
Here's the thing, though. That's because they didn't have the ability to do that too much. And again, they're doing the same trick. And I don't know if you guys caught this. They're doing the same trick they used with Wanda and her brother. She is talking with her sister in that scene in the park and says, yeah, our mother left us when we changed, not when we. So there's this idea right now that they're really, and we've seen it in X-Men 97 where they talk about, I hope when I turn 13, I get powers, all this different stuff. So they're formulating this idea that there could be mutants, or it just could be that a person gets a mutation and not mutants. That they become a mutant, they're not born a mutant, something like that. I don't know. I noticed that. I was like, I did it. I do see what you're saying about Jean Grey. It's kind of weird, but again, I take that back to let's pop this in and give them a character. Because I believe they picked who Jean Grey is going to be. If that's who this is going to be, then that's a little Easter egg for us. That's like, here, we're going to give you this. And then here in a few more weeks, I see pre-phase 6 thought process behind what they're doing. Because if you notice, in the first 3 phases, they did things like this. We're going to show you somebody, and then we're going to release the rest of the information to you later. And they planned the release date and the teaser of who, like one of the actors for something was going to be. And then in 3 weeks, D23 came out, and they told us the rest. And then you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I see the pre-planning like it used to be. They gave us a character. They told us, here she is. And now they're going to give us more here in a little bit. So I see the pre-planning in
tennis,
that.
Chris. Tennis. Yes. You playing golf?
Tell me. Jump in.
You can't jump in. Well, go ahead and finish your thought.
Shut me up. It's fine. I'm used to it. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, finish your thought.
I was just going to say, I think that's what they're doing here. And I think, yes, it's weird to see this, and it's weird to see this connection. But if they do what we've heard with Doomsday, and they connect everything just back to one world, it's going to happen anyways. They just have access to the mutants now. So they're going to do what they want and bring it all back, bring it all together.
I think people also got to realize, too, that there's different source material. Because if you go to some of the cartoons, I remember Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, where the X-Men and Spider-Man interacted on quite a few episodes. So we can't always go to the same source material as the comic book. There are many sources of source material, depending on the cartoons he was writing it. So I think a lot of is, and we always agreed that the MCU cherry picks. They'll find a story, then some kind of way they'll make a swerve, this, that, and the other. So a lot of that, I think, is a cherry picking, and then to someone who is a pure comic book person like Jen, it's not going to make sense. Someone who studies it, like Chris studies different kinds of music, if something's not quite right, he's going to pick it up. But then you're going to remember there are several different versions of Spider-Man in the cartoons. I don't know what the comic book is. Well, Spectacular Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, uh, all different kinds. So
Yeah, beyond the Spider-Man, there's so many.
yeah, in order for you to find a particular storyline, you got to go through all those different sources. So it's hard to say. Let me
Yeah.
catch up on these chats. Hulk actor said Doomsday would be his last outing as the character, so look forward to a recast in Secret Wars. So is that Mark Ruffalo saying that's gonna be his last one?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Mm.
I don't know. It might be, might not be.
I'd rather him get Edward Norton back, but I know he ain't coming back. But I think he was a better Hulk. You up nearly $1 billion already.
Yeah,
LDG, what up? Yeah, go ahead, Jen. Sorry.
they're at today. As of today, it's 932 million that they are. Yeah, 932 million that they closed the box office with for the weekend worldwide.
That's ridiculous.
That's
For
crazy.
for 3 days. Crouching Taylor, Hidden Swift. Joining us. Shifty said Disney made $12 billion on Star Wars, according to a report a couple years back. The whole, all 9, combined.
They're making money off of it.
I just think they could do a whole lot better, but that's just my.
I don't know about that, Shifty. That's a tough sell, especially after Mandalorian and Grogu, which I loved. Putting it out
would be a big hit next year, and that leads the new Jedi. I don't know. If it were me, I would get Star Wars Theory. I would get him on the payroll. Maybe not as a movie director, whatever, but some kind of consultant, because his stuff is fire. And maybe not even on live action. You can't do any worse than the animation. Because all of us watch Maul.
Yeah.
Maul was fantastic. I think it was one of the better animations they had in the last couple of years. And it makes me kind of cringe real quick because why did you give Maul an animation and give Acolyte live action? It should have been vice versa.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think actually why did Andor even have a live action?
hey, settle down there.
You about to get mad now because Chris
settle
and
down with that
love
thought.
Andor, buddy.
I
Did you watch Acolyte, Jen?
I watched them all.
I think the Acolyte probably would have been better off as an animated series, and it probably would have gone farther.
It only had one good episode.
No,
the episode when he killed after
the
Jedi.
Acolyte would have been better off as canceled. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Andor is the nighttime stiffly sneezing snuffy head so you can sleep medicine, and I say that every day, and I will say that for the rest of my life. Andor was ass.
I fell asleep to Andor a lot. That's hilarious. I did.
I can say that too, man. I tried. I tried. I tried 3 times. I got to episode 2, and I just couldn't do it no more. So that was the one we just talked about, Anzo. The Spider-Man Noir.
Yes,
I
just
could not watch it all.
thing.
I could not watch it all.
Me neither.
I tried to make it through the whole season and I couldn't. And I tried it both in color and in black and white to see if it made a difference.
I couldn't.
It didn't. It didn't. It was hard to buy Nicolas Cage as Spat Noir. It was just hard to see him as that. I was just, I can't. I just couldn't do it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was sitting there and I was like, okay, 3 episodes in, are we gonna actually see Spider Noir or what? Because what are we doing here? Like this, it was and Andor. Oh my god! After episode 3, I was just like, I am done. Andor is the first Star Wars project that I could not finish watching.
It's pretty tough. What I'm gonna say,
and I'll say this too, Maul was trash as well. I'm sorry.
What? No.
Yeah, absolutely. Them stupid Star Wars police officers and crap. Like, what are we doing here?
The last 2 episodes. If you ain't a Star Wars, if you don't like that, you ain't a true Star Wars fan.
The last 2 episodes were okay. right? So the second to last episode, the best part about it is when Darth Vader comes through that mist. I was like, oh, that's fire. And then the last episode, the lightsaber battle is fine. But the rest of it, bro, why do we have a police force?
What does it matter?
I'm like, because it's not Star Wars. We got Jedis, we got rebels. Why do we have?
But the Jedi are dead, Anzo. They're dead. They're all but
Whatever.
dead. So who else is
Technically, they're
protect
not dead because every time they do a new series, we get a new freaking Jedi.
Okay. They used to have hundreds. Now they only got 10. So what you gonna do? 10 people can't defend the whole game.
Yeah, and then we'll get another episode, and there'll be a new Jedi, and then we'll have 11, and then they'll do another episode, and then we'll have 12, and then we'll have 13. Right? They can't make up their mind. They're either the Jedi are extinct or the Jedi are not extinct. They can't make up their mind.
I ain't had a problem with the police part.
Mm-mm.
I don't know about the putting the prequels in there.
Wait, watch your mouth.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, Dandelion.
Dandelion, good to see you. Judy said evening. Crouching Taylor Hidden Swift said, you mean old ones?
Oh, sorry about that.
All right, no problem. They're releasing the originals untouched next year.
Yeah,
I'll buy
the
them.
Star Wars. Mm-hmm.
They announced it a while back. I enjoyed this movie. You enjoyed which movies? Spider-Man? Hello, Tony Robinson. What's up, sir?
Tony.
50, what up? Tony Robinson. Hey, Dandy. Tony Robinson at 21. Spider-Man is always the most popular. Doomsday might not do as well. That's what I'm saying. This is like Chris Brown at his peak. Michael Jackson ain't performing in 15 years. And you see Chris Brown come out there and kill it, get a standing ovation. And he got to go behind that. Will he rise to the occasion? Yes, but if he he's not gonna have doubts, I still got it. Am I still the king of pop? That's all I'm saying.
What?
I
don't think Michael Jackson
never have
ever
a problem going after anybody.
I'm just telling you, bro. Just telling you.
Michael Jackson, the wrong person to think about that because
the Russo brothers. Listen, right now, the only thing that's going to happen is that the Russo brothers do mess it up. Right now, the Russo brothers, everybody is waiting to see that. And now that they've seen this, they're thinking, oh my God, if they brought it back and this is what we got with this, oh my God, maybe they fixed this whole crap. Maybe they've got this figured out again. And then, boom, Doomsday comes up. Everybody's...
I'm a big fan of Russo brothers. I'm just
how many people here already have reserved tickets?
I already have my tickets for Doomsday. Yeah, I already got mine.
I know it ain't going to get sold out where I'm at, so I ain't worried about it.
Oh, I know.
Yes,
I had to.
Danny, the barn that shows the movies down the street from you ain't gonna count.
I'm just telling you. Well, the barn is where I'm gonna go. I can tell you that. The MCU is on the flow. You have Wonder Man. Well, Wonder Man's been canceled, bro.
Canceled. Wonder Man got canceled.
Yep. And now Spider-Man film. A lot of momentum going to Doomsday.
And Wonder Man was one of those ones where, they didn't have faith in it. They dropped the whole series at one time. People loved it. And then they were like, oh, we're going to renew it. And then they canceled it. I don't understand that.
Yeah. I don't understand it either.
Because they don't know what they're...
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. Because I was definitely pleasantly surprised with Wonder Man. I did not think it was going to hit the way it did. And I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this would be the first time that they've canceled something and then come back later and thought, oh, we're going to do it. That's the problem Disney has with Marvel and with Star Wars. They still aren't really sure what to do with stuff at times.
Yeah, because they're giving us a damn Rey trilogy. Ain't nobody care about that crap. That'll probably be the one Star Wars movie. That'll probably be the one Star Wars movie I don't go see in theaters.
They're trying to target a new
demographic. It could be worse.
Yeah, Rey is not the one. Yeah, you're right. They could make an Andor movie.
Oh my God.
No, they already did. It was called Rogue One.
Yeah, and you know what? Rogue One was ass too.
No,
it wasn't.
No,
yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Rogue One was
and here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about it, though. It could be DC doing Clayface next, especially after. Again, this is what I'm talking about. It's like you get Spider-Girl, or you get Spider-Girl, you do Supergirl, and now you're going to go to the Clayface. It's like, what are they trying to do over there?
I'm going to tell you. That was part of the perfect. I'm glad you brought
Supergirl is
it,
a mistake to go to next, in my
Yes,
opinion. Hands down,
Supergirl was a
Supergirl is a
mistake.
freaking mistake.
especially when you get the Holy
Absolutely.
Trinity: Wonder
Yes,
Woman, Batman. That's what you should have done. Then maybe
absolutely.
maybe do a second Superman. Then you should be leading up to the Justice League. You should be leading up to Dark Side. That's what
Hmm.
you should be doing. But they didn't do it. The reason Titanic made so much money is because it's pulled in a section of the audience that really goes to movies, the elderly. They were rescheduling nursing home trips. Wow.
I wasn't bringing up a point about Titanic at all. I was explaining that the way this guy brought it out, that if movies were still kept out like they were then for 42 weeks, what would Spider-Man do? It had nothing to do with Titanic. It just put Titanic up because 42 weeks in the theater
And
and look at the money it made.
another
I
thing that
agree.
speaks
This
to the
would have
strength of
been
Spider Man is it was 5 years since we saw No Way Home.
Hmm.
So 5 years, no Spider Man movie, and it's still doing this. That's
Well,
pretty strong.
Spider Man, like, and I said this earlier, like Spider Man has always been popular, even though the Sony ones probably didn't make the level that they're doing now. They all made money. They all
Hmm.
made money. All the Spider Man movies made money.
Yep.
So Spider Man has always been profitable for Sony. I guess they just figured it's easier if Marvel makes the movies and bring them into that universe.
Yeah, because I think they
Because
foot some of the bill too. So if you
Hmm.
foot
they
the
do,
bill out,
they do.
I'd do it.
They
Yeah,
make
because they're
amazing movies. This movie looked cinematically amazing and beautiful. Like the fact that they paid homage to a bunch of the comic book artwork in a
Yep.
lot of those scenes. I definitely caught on. I was like, I remember that, and I know that's from a
Mhm.
comic book cover. Like it was very nostalgic. It was great. But again, we're seeing all this nostalgia and they're bringing this all in. And then the storyline really was just him having an arc. And then they had to bring in a character from outside of his world to tie things together. That, like Danny was saying, I did watch the cartoons and I did all that, but I was really more into like the comic books. And it was, just a little weird to see everything tying in. I do understand that it's a separate world from all the other worlds. And there's obviously, parallels and counterparts in the other world. So I get it. I don't get it, but I can see why they did it, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
because
hardest thing.
there's no
Of,
actual Spider-Man villain in this, right?
Yep.
Like you
Right.
don't really get to have like an actual Spider-Man villain. It has a great rogue gallery of villains. So bring one of them in, and then
Yes.
you don't need to focus on Jean Grey being so evil because she was freaking
well,
evil in this movie.
she is, but again, that's a cycle. Here's the thing. I know why they did it. They're playing the psychological card. They're trying to hit on the themes that right now in America we all think that psychology and all that isn't being addressed enough. So here's two teenage 20-year-old some odd people dealing with different problems, but the same problems, isolation, all this stuff. They're trying to get like, ooh, let's go into the psyche of America and show it's okay to have these issues. I kind of see the that side of it. And she's just a psychological issue for Spider-Man to deal with. But yeah, they don't really have any villain in this at all, technically. And the true bad guy at the end ends up just somehow getting away. They don't even show how he goes away. So those are the flaws in this.
And isn't that crazy? Someone with zero powers, they don't kill. But someone with Thanos, they killed. Um,
Mhm.
Kang, they killed.
Hmm.
Ultron, they killed. But someone that's not as important or popular as we would like, they let live. That's to me, that's crazy. Marvel. That's one thing I hate about Marvel. They kill off excellent. Well, not only Marvel, DCU did it too. Well, they kill off excellent bad guys, and to me, that's shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like for instance, Spider-Man has the Rogues Gallery. I mean, and you got
Yeah, but they kill off the Batman villains too. They kill off Two Face. They kill off
Hmm.
Bane. They killed
and
off the Joker.
that's the thing is that Batman and Spider-Man, in as far as DC and Marvel go, have very similar aspects to them. With the fact that there are a lot of villains, and yes, I understand Spider-Man, Superman, and other superheroes also have lots of villains that they face. But the most notable ones we can talk about on Marvel side, I think, is Spider-Man villains, and on DC side, it's the Batman villains. And they have similar.
Yeah, but by doing
Down
that,
to earth
you're
quality.
writing yourself into a corner because if you kill
Yeah.
off the Joker, you kill off the Penguin, you kill off Catwoman,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Keaton. Well, I guess she did come back. I guess they showed a little silhouette at the end, but the Riddler, they kill him off.
Hmm.
Penguin. So, in order for you to continue your story, you have to reboot or you have to do it elsewhere, like Robert Pattinson Batman. That is
Mm.
awesome, by the way, Anzo.
That trash. But no, I don't think you have to do that. Because they have so many villains, right? And the thing that they're doing is I don't think they want to use like a Joker for three different Batman movies, you know? You get the Joker in there, you establish him, boom. But then you're right, they do kill a lot of them off, which could be a problem because, especially with Batman, because you could always do an Arkham Asylum type Batman, you know what I mean? But instead, you kill off the villains, and it's hard to do that when you have no more villains in Arkham
Well,
Asylum. So
Exactly. In all the
think about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say exactly. In all the comic books and in all of the cartoons, they were always like locked up and put away and then broke back out and became a villain again another
yeah,
day. So they
hmm
don't do that in the movies. They kill them off, and like I agree with Danny, they
It,
kind of write themselves into a hole.
it's weird, and because you just brought up a good point there, Anzo. It's weird because you always see things like, for instance, Spider-Man goes at the end of this movie to face, whatever he's going to go face with damage control and all that. And he goes off by himself. But then, right at the critical moment where he can't do any, or he needs extra help, somebody shows up. Another one of the heroes, be it Punisher or Tony Stark back in the other ones. Here comes Iron Man. What's funny is when you kill off villains, you don't offer the villains a chance. Like let's go to Batman. The Riddler's doing something with Batman, and then he's in peril, and like Batman's about ready to beat him, and then the Joker comes in and does something that says don't expect it again, and then just hops off and does something else. Those moments on the villain side would be nice to see too, because usually those happen.
yeah,
They don't play it that way. They're like, only heroes will help heroes. Villains are always by themselves. No, they're not. Because if it's a moment that they can screw with the hero, they'll take the opportunity. And it's a one-up on the person they're helping, and they can use it later on like a card, saying, hey, remember, I helped you. Now you have to help me. Hey, so I am surprised they don't do that, because they do just kind of kill off villains. It's like, it's just kill this one off, kill this one off, kill this one off. And it's like, fine.
Yeah, it's a mistake to do that. It's a mistake to kill off the villains, especially the good ones, right? And a lot of these people that make the movies, they know when they have a good villain and not. So they should know better than to kill them off or to keep them alive. I think that's a problem.
And Anzo, I know you don't like them, but the Nolan Batman is exactly a good point. They didn't kill off Joker.
No, they didn't kill him. They didn't kill him. Yeah.
And they would have probably used him in Dark Knight Rises if
he didn't die.
Hadn't have died.
Mm-hmm.
So that, because they brought back Crane. I mean, that's one thing. I'm not a big fan of Dark Knight Rises as much as I am the first two films. I like it. It's just it has issues, but I thought it was brilliant to bring in the Court of Owls and kind of thing, and those little hints at expanded universe stuff. That making that the third film was really horrible, because I was hoping they'd do more. But they brought Crane back, and it was great. It was like, okay, this makes sense to have these things happening. And when you don't kill off your villains, you have that opportunity.
Agreed. I'll say this too. They didn't destroy the Hulk in this movie, but I still didn't kind of like what they did with the Hulk, because Hulk was being held by a bunch of freaking concrete slabs. And I'm like, do we not know how powerful Hulk is? Those slabs would not have they would have not kept Hulk away. Like, what are we doing here? I didn't like that.
They are still keeping his power under what it is. But I did like the fact that this time, when he kind of lost it into Hulk, he got bigger, and Spider-Man even says, I didn't know you could get this big. And that's a good at least first step to show he doesn't just stay at one size. It depends on things. So
Mhm.
I thought that was cool. But yeah, I was thinking the whole thing, and I'm like, what's slowing him down? It's like the webs are slowing him down. The webs are stopping him at times. It's like, huh. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. And then the webs, like right at the end where he has Spider-Man on the ground, Spider-Man like, it's me, I'm your friend, right? You see that he's being held back by concrete slabs from the building. And I'm just like,
Well,
no,
I
I'm sorry,
think
no.
they're trying to show that he's about ready to change back, and so therefore, as Banner's coming back into himself, that's kind of where the power is getting shifted back, and it's affecting him more. Maybe that's kind of how I saw it. But
My
And here's, yeah, go ahead, Jen, you first.
my issue with that point was, well, did Doctor Strange's spell not go through to the Hulk? Was he not part of that whole
Mhm.
mind wipe thing? So to me, I was like, wait, does it mean that only like Banner can be affected by Doctor Strange's spell, but not Hulk form? I didn't understand that part because I'm like, wait, you can't have it both ways.
Did he show himself as just Spider-Man, or was he Peter at that moment? I thought he was
He
still
had the
Spider-Man.
mask off, right?
No,
The
he had
I
the
mask.
don't think
mask on.
so.
He
That
had it on.
he
Yeah,
had it.
He had it on. But
he
Danny
had it
said
on. So
he says his name is Peter, right? So
Right. He's
I
like,
can't
Peter, I'm
remember
your
it
friend.
right offhand.
There's no way he should have
Yeah.
known.
But
There's no
that's
way the Hulk should have known he was Peter. No way.
exactly. I was like, that
Mhm.
makes no sense. He shouldn't understand what that means. So that was my biggest issue with that one scene. I'm like, that you can't have it both ways.
And sometimes they change your skills and powers because I've read like abilities and stuff. A lot of times people can't control the Hulk because he's just so
Yeah.
powerful.
what?
So how can she control him? It didn't make sense to me
Right.
based on
That's
things
the
I've seen in comic books.
Yeah, that was the thing. That
But what I did like is she was in his brain and Hulk actually pushed her out, right?
Yes.
He actually pushed her out and you could see that she was struggling to stay in Hulk's mind. So I did kind of like that because I think they have done something like that in the comics where they've taken
Mhm.
over his mind a bit.
yeah,
So
because
I,
that referenced the fact that she got it in Banner's mind first,
yeah,
had him remove the inhibitor, and then she was already in the mind that when it transferred, that kind of went over with it,
Yeah, we gotta
and
remember
then
too
she
now.
got knocked out.
Scarlet Witch took over his mind too now.
Yeah.
yeah, in event, yeah, but that Hulk we don't talk about that trash. Right. Hulk got beat by everybody in that stupid. No, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. But so another thing I had an issue with is we see Hulk. He's been Professor Hulk for the longest time. When did that change?
Yeah,
don't
they didn't
explain
really
when
give us that.
They don't explain when that changed. What happened? Like when did that change? When did he decide that all of a sudden now he needs to keep Hulk in check? When
They
in
had,
Endgame he said we worked it out and we got
yeah,
the perfect world. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
both
Yeah,
the best of both worlds. It must happen
yeah,
after the She-Hulk show. That's the only thing that makes sense chronologically.
That's yeah, I think if you watch the She-Hulk, it'll make sense. Some people said that, but a lot of people did not watch She-Hulk. I know I did, so I kind of
we
made
watched
sense. But if you
She-Hulk.
didn't,
I don't know if we can go back and we're trying to find that out.
yeah, we did watch that.
I don't know if I want to go back and find it out by
That's my
watching
point.
it again.
If that's what it takes, I'm okay not knowing.
But even at the end of She-Hulk, he comes. He's a Professor Hulk, and then he
Mhm.
introduces his son, right? So
Right.
he's fine in that. Like they're still there. So they need to explain to us all of a sudden why all of a sudden this change between
Unless
him and
David,
Hulk.
unless Bruce wanted to be Bruce, and the only way he could do it was to put the inhibitor bracelet on to become fully human. That's the only thing that makes
But
sense.
the
I
thing
think
is why wasn't he working on the inhibitor bracelet before that? If that's what he wanted.
But he had it though. He was Bruce when he first met Jen. They had the accident, and the inhibitor thing broke, and then he became Professor
Yeah,
Hulk to show her how to
yeah,
beat up the Hulk. But he was
Mhm.
Bruce in She-Hulk.
yeah.
They
He
had the car.
was.
They had the
He
car
was.
accident. Then the
Mhm.
inhibitor broke, and he became Professor Hulk. So that makes sense.
But
Yeah, I don't know.
wasn't that a flashback though?
Yeah, but that's how she became the Hulk.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is he was Bruce in that scene. But
Yeah.
wasn't that a flashback to like when they were younger, and that's why he was
Something like that.
Because when they were younger, he didn't need the inhibitor. I don't think. I thought it didn't make sense because if it was younger, he would have turned to the full Hulk, not the Professor Hulk.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought the inhibitor was they were just bringing it back so that it could show Peter Parker tinkering with that, because I think ultimately if they're going to carry this through into X-Men in that reboot, that's how they're going to have the inhibitors that are going to
Yes.
wind up suppressing the mutant powers, and they're just using
Mhm.
it to tie it in. I think that's the only reason why they brought it back. That was my opinion about it, because
You
again,
were,
like you said, it kind of didn't really line up with everything we know already.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, you were 100% correct. That was just there to show us, I guess, that Peter was the one that ain't created the inhibitors now. You know,
Right.
so
Yeah.
they're gonna you obviously government's gonna get a hold of it and use it for mutant
definitely.
suppressing
I
mutants. But
guarantee you that black guy picked up that thing when he threw it off.
Oh yeah.
And then he
yeah,
threw it off when he's about to fight the hand. I
hmm
guarantee you they'll find it. See that should have been the end scene credit. That black guy going back there and pick it up and saying, look what
Hmm.
I found. Something like
Well,
that. That
he's
would have made more
wanted it now.
that would have made more
He's,
sense to me. Let's
yeah, I
go back.
agree.
The level of love is due to the character, but also Tom Holland playing the character. I don't think Doomsday would do this well. I don't know. That's the one we got to wait to see because nobody really. I don't know. I didn't think that Captain Marvel was going to make $1 billion, but it did. So perfect storm. It's like another perfect storm brewing. So I don't think it's going to make much of Spider Man. I thought it was going to make more than Spider Man, but I'm going to recant my previous statement. I don't think this is going to make more than Spider Man. I could be wrong. But just making $1 billion in a weekend, that still is blowing my mind.
Absolutely.
That is
A-
crazy.
And this does, because I know you have it on the title, which we never really discussed yet, but this does completely get rid of that
Oh,
superhero fatigue
there ain't no
factor.
such thing. It don't apply to Spider Man. I don't know about
Mm-mm.
the other superheroes,
oh.
but fatigue does not
But then again, I
apply
don't
to
think it
Spider Man.
applies. I don't think it applies to Batman and Spider Man, which is weird if you think about it, because I don't think those are the top. Well,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Marvel for years, Spider Man was the top.
about 20 years
But
ago, it was Superman, Batman, Spider Man. It
Hmm.
flipped about somewhere between the 12, 15 years ago. I looked it up yesterday on a stream. Spider Man has been the top most popular character in the
mhm.
world for the past
Well,
15 to 17 years.
I'm
100%.
I didn't
talking
think that.
in general for Marvel and then for DC. I'm saying that it's been Batman and Superman have been the ones they can always go back to and make money off of. They did Batman after Batman 89. Batman, as long as you followed some rules, they made money. It wasn't until Batman and Robin that it really hit the ground and fell on its face. But then they came back. The Nolan movies all did really well. All that stuff. So
Cousin T said he has no true villains, plus he never had a solo movie without an Avenger.
This
Who
is.
has no true villains?
I think he's
The
trying to say
Hulk?
that the Spider-Man. No, I think he's trying to say that the Spider-Man. Well,
Oh,
maybe, no, it can't be. If he says
I
no
think he's
true
saying the
villains, it's
Hulk.
got to be
I think
Hulk.
I think he's saying the
Yeah,
the
I think it's
the only
Hulk.
ones I know is Abomination and the Leader.
I
yeah,
remember Abomination, the
yeah,
leader.
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
he's talking about in this movie. There's no true villains for Spider-Man, and that there
No,
is the first one without. Well, I
Without
mean,
any Avenger.
even
Yeah, I
Scorpion
think that's
wasn't
what
really
he's saying.
Scorpion.
There's no true villain,
no, that's
plus
right. Yeah.
he never had a solo movie without an Avenger. That's he's talking about Spider-Man. I agree with you, Chris. Next one is exactly Jen, 100%, whatever you said. Also, Jedi aren't dealing with petty crime. They still need regular police from time to time. Thank you, Dandelion.
No, they do
Mhm.
not. That's what the rebels are for.
I'm less excited about Doomsday. All right, Dandelion. You jump on the bus and then jump right back off. Rogue One was good, but I didn't chance, but which is saying, well, something.
Rogue One was caca.
I hate Titanic. Only saw it once. Spider Man, we need a win. Well, it definitely got a win. It got a
Yeah.
slam dunk. It got a a grand slam.
It could do nothing from this point on, and it's fine.
It got a hat trick.
100%.
It got whatever terminology you want to use. And it
Literally, I'm
the
sorry. Go
last
ahead.
two Spider-Man movies were Avengers type movies. They needed a multiverse Spider-Man. They needed 2 Avengers and an X-Men to make crazy money.
Mm.
I mean, as far as Spider-Man is concerned, it could be crickets from this point on in the rest of the theatrical run, and it's fine.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that ain't going to be the case.
Dooku said, Hollywood doesn't understand the idea of continuity because they view each movie as one off. That's why the idea of cinematic universe was so new to them or normal for comics.
Mm.
You're correct. You see, and that's the thing. A lot of the movies that Marvel has done, even in Phase 1, they are kind of like one-off movies, but they do have certain little pieces of connective tissue. The problem with Phase 4 is that they didn't have that connective tissue in any of the movies. So that's why people didn't really care about it that much.
Was Marvel the first people that used in-scene credits? Or was there in-scene credits before?
No.
Who started that trend?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off was the first movie that I remember that had an end credit scene.
Well, they've had them in the past, but
I mean, that side was very important, like MCU used them.
They might have been the first to do that. This is like, I mean, people stick around in Marvel movies now because they're like, there's going to be an end credit scene. They don't care what it is. I mean, they know it's going to be there.
Right.
Another ball.
The only thing you can do to stun somebody in a Marvel movie is not have an end credit scene.
Yeah.
Supergirl didn't have one.
What?
I don't think Supergirl had an end scene credit.
No,
not Supergirl. I'm saying Marvel.
No, I'm saying, and I just said to your response, another ball that Supergirl dropped.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
They only think it's sequels and trilogies, but not long for storytelling. That's what makes the money because Star Wars really created the trilogies.
Star Wars did create the trilogies. That's 100%.
Hey, everyone, what's up? What's up there? The View with Drew.
Drew.
Holt wasn't there when the mind wipe happened, so he might not have had the memory wipe. I guess it's
it affected everybody because that was the only way to close the what was happening, the rips in time and all that.
I guess he's trying to say if you got a split personality and the primary personality or secondary personality is not there, will it affect it or will it won't affect it? I guess that's subject. I don't know. That's a good question. Good point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nick Jones, I don't know why Marvel just don't make a solo Hulk movie because they literally paid for the last 2 Spider-Man movies without getting paid back. Sony kept 95%. I don't know about those figures.
Because Marvel doesn't want to have Universal distribute the movies. That's why.
Right.
Question for everybody. Which Spider-Man movie or villain do you guys like more? Michael Keaton as Vulture or Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio? For me personally, I love both, but I would go Mysterio. I would too. I like
Mysterio wasn't Mysterio. It was kind of like Mandarin.
Yeah, kind of.
It was like an acting role. I'm not saying his character in the movie wasn't dangerous, but it wasn't Mysterio. I remember. Right, Jen? That's not.
Yeah, no, I did not. Yeah, I did not like the Mysterio at all. I hated that movie. I just hated who they.
Well, I didn't hate it, but it was not Mysterio. It was kind of like how I felt.
Like I just hated who they. And I love Jake Gyllenhaal, but I thought he was that he was miscast as Mysterio. Yeah. So to me, it was not watching
Vulture
Mysterio. No.
Michael Keaton is the best part of the movie. Brilliant.
Yeah, I do too. I loved Michael Keaton as Vulture, to be quite honest. I thought he pulled off that villain character much better than Jake Gyllenhaal pulled off Mysterio.
Yeah, but
again, when I killed him off.
Yeah. But I think that Michael Keaton didn't carry the movie. Mysterio did. Mysterio's about the only part I really liked in that movie, in my opinion.
I don't like the fact that they made him basically just smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he is in the comic books. He ain't got no powers.
Yes, he does.
No, he's got powers.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the Mysterio that I've ever read. He was an actor. He used them.
He does.
Okay.
It's a little bit. I don't know.
Look it
It's
up.
just.
Well, I thought Mysterio was just like a special effects.
Maybe earlier comments, but I think in the later ones they actually gave him powers, but I could be wrong.
I'm about to look it up. Mysterio powers and abilities. Mysterio is a master illusionist and special effects expert who uses advanced technology, chemicals, and psychological manipulation to create the appearance of superpowers. I've never known him.
I don't know. Maybe it's the whole thing was that he was a whiny brat that made something with Stark Tech, and
I'm looking at Wikipedia. So Mysterio does not possess superhuman abilities. He is an expert designer of special effects devices and stage illusions, a master hypnotist and magician, and an amateur chemist and roboticist.
Yeah, and he was from Stark Industries, so he took that technology with all of like his like magic knowledge and he combined it all together is kind of how I remember him, and he was able to kind of couple the technology with him being an illusionist, which made him more dangerous and effective because it was smoke and mirrors, but then there was technology behind the not real powers, but behind what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean that was.
Yeah, I think what they did is it was opposite. It was like he was just mad because he didn't get the tech. He didn't, he'd done all this stuff with Stark Industry, and then it just so happened he was going to throw in all the little, the illusion stuff into it. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. It was more flipped.
Yeah, he's a master illusionist, and he used that technology, but to have superpowers, he don't have.
No, he don't.
No,
Right.
it's all technology.
But that's the thing.
But like Batman doesn't have superpowers either. It's all technology.
Doggone brain is his superpower.
Facts.
Question for everybody. Next one. Yeah, Hulk was off world, but he bit for a bit in She-Hulk, wasn't he? Maybe the Mind Wax. That could be. Was it just for Earth or for the whole universe?
I think it was just for that Earth. That
Earth.
Earth.
For Earth.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Shifty. Universal would just keep distribution of the Hulk while Marvel kept box office bigger money for Universal than Spider-Man movies. Since Danny is reading the super chat, Anik Jones has great movie taste. Negative.
Good.
Can we vote that Anzo needs to change his avatar pick to something else?
What?
I'll tell you, boy.
I don't know why I need to change it.
I can't say New Yorkers because we have one here, but some New Yorkers. Oh my God. My nerves.
Yeah, one that his name begins with a A. And he's in the chat talking crap. Yeah, I get it. Whatever you say.
One other thing.
This movie I gave a 7 out of 10. What were your grades?
Oh, I would go. I'm agreeing with you. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
That was a 6.5.
Yeah.
Chris is higher. I could see 8 all in his head.
8.5, maybe 9.
I'm going 7.
I'm just going to say, here's the thing. I agree that there are things in this, but I understand why they did it the way they did it. I think that just the sheer fact of what it's done in the box office is going to help Marvel and prove the point that, as long as you write a solid film, it's good. I think there's a lot of things in this. The big nitpick I have out of it, they told us that they were going to resolve this issue with Ned and MJ. They really didn't. It's like,
I think Ned remembered him at the end. I don't think MJ not.
No, I think what it is they say Peter. She says Peter in the apartment, and he's like, his name's Peter, and then he comes up and says, "Hey, I'm Peter Parker." He's like, Peter. Oh wow, I got this is Spider-Man. That's all he's thinking. I don't think.
Yes, they should not have did that. You are correct, Chris. I noticed that too because a lot of people. Sorry for cutting you off, Danny. But a lot of people were like,
Okay.
"Oh, he remembered him at the end," and I was like, "No, she said his name was Peter in the house." You know
Right.
what I mean? So they should have never did that if they were trying to hint
But
that Ned remembered.
there was a point where they were all kind of frozen there, right? When they were all kind of like locked in, and MJ
Mhm.
was crying, and she was the only one that still had something going on with her, and everybody else was just frozen where they
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
The
Why was
fact
she
that she was
crying?
able
I
to
want.
produce a tear and cry, I was like, does she remember? Is it possible that she remembers?
Honestly thought that what was going to happen was Jean Grey was just going to go into their memories and trigger them back, like find like. But she does say it's so true to the movie, at least. She's like, you know what's funny is I'm looking around in here and there is not a thought about you.
Mhm.
So they did keep that at least in play, but I thought maybe they would use that as a way that she could change that, but maybe not. I mean, again, but when he let her into his brain, all those memories are in there. So you could have written that in there. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I still think that needs to be resolved before anything's said and done. Because if not, why are you still bringing MJ and Ned back into this?
I think that was intentional to have that doubt, to have that conversation we're having now.
Right.
Maybe.
Even if they don't remember, it's really for his arc, right? For Peter Parker's
Mhm.
arc, because now he's okay with being able to kind of reintroduce himself and become friends with them again and to move forward rather than isolating himself and just kind of watching them like a creepy stalker in the shadows because he didn't have the cojones to go up to them because he thought he was gonna mess something up or not be able to just share a life with them just because no one knows who he is and all those memories are wiped doesn't mean he can't make new memories and move forward. And that's the part that he was like holding back. I did appreciate his arc. I absolutely loved the arc that he had. I just didn't like the storyline. I also didn't like that, like, they brought in a trove of, well, not a trove, but they brought in a bunch of villains in the beginning that they did nothing with. And their scenes were so short. And that upset me. Knowing that they cut out scenes upset me. I love the Punisher. We didn't get Matt Murdock, and I think he's still in jail and Whisk is gone. But how long has Matt been sentenced for? I thought he was probably sentenced for like 10 years plus, and he's still sitting in jail, but that's never kind of said. And like the Punisher, like they're out looking for him. Like he's got warrants
Yeah.
and he's just chilling. They just kind of let him go at the end. I'm like, what's going on with
He
that?
is so comfortable that he is asleep in the hospital.
The hospital, yeah.
So
Yes.
that
And
makes no
that's
sense to me either.
Yeah, that made no sense, and I understand, like, you're being, like, a good friend and staying there for him, I get it, but everybody's out looking for you. Like, look where you live, hiding from people in the shipping yard, but you just chilling, and you're gonna walk right out the front door of the hospital knowing all the cops are there that have warrants out for you? So I thought that that was a little again, I liked the scene with him putting on the mask and helping him get away, but I would have liked to see him like trying to escape after that because they are still looking for him. And Punisher does not. I thought he had immunity. I had to go back and then double check and I was like, no, he doesn't have immunity. So why are you just sitting there chilling? So there were a couple of things that I didn't really understand on how they made it work, like we've been talking about, but yeah, I'd give it a 7 out of 10 overall just because the arc was really good and the visual effects, everything was stunning, and they paid homage
yeah.
to a lot of those comic book tropes that I really love, the
Agreed.
covers, but they didn't really give any of those villains in the beginning any justice. And I don't want the movie to be any longer. It's already 2.5 hours, but
Yeah.
I would have liked them to have given us more of the beginning so we could have seen what he was doing with those villains. More scenes, I think, would have just helped so we can understand just to see the world and the villains that are there.
Because
think
that's
it'll
what
be
I said. I said that we were going to get like it's going to be like Multiverse of Madness. I said all these characters they're going to have in there. They're just going to be little, But I didn't think they would be that short.
They were
Yeah.
like 10 seconds each.
They should
You
have.
know,
It should have
I
been
like
it should have been a team up with Scorpion and Tombstone. I think
that
that
would
would
have
have
been
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Yep. Yep. But
Yeah.
apparently,
Maybe
based on
that's
the numbers,
Tony says we'll let you use these characters, but you can't use them too much. I don't know. There's a lot of those things.
They cut a lot of the scenes out, I heard, because they
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
make it more of a they wanted to add in more of that arc with Ned and MJ. And I was
which
like,
again
okay.
has no resolution really at the end of it all. I mean,
Agreed.
yes, I'll give you this.
I want to see
Him
the
and Ned
director's cut of this.
obviously have a connection still. That's because the type of people they are. That's always going to be there. And so when he's Spider-Man and they're playing with Legos and doing all that stuff there, you know, it's going really well. And at the end, oh, you're this person. Okay, fine. Obviously, that is probably easily resolved as they're just going to become friends again. No issues. It doesn't matter about Ned's memories. But you are taking a heavy part of Peter's life with MJ, so they won't call her Mary Jane. I mean, whatever. MJ's character has no resolution in this movie that you see. There are moments like the tear that you think it might be there and things like that. But you don't really get that. And that's kind of depressing because you're like, that's why I kind of wanted to go see this movie. Is like, how do they answer this? And then if they don't answer in Doomsday, why would they even answer it in Doomsday? That's not for Doomsday. That's for a Spider-Man movie. They should have answered it. It's been like you said, it's been 4.5, 5 years, whatever, since the last one was released. You could have given us this answer. You could have had, for all craziness, you could have just had Doctor Strange show up in this and say, you know what? I've seen how you handled this. This was a bad call. I'm going to reverse it. If something, I mean, yeah, that would have felt a little shallow, but you could have. Like, there's so many ways they could have done it.
Yep, I agree.
I agree, actually.
I still don't think that takes away from the movie totally, but it is a disappointment.
Nick says I give it a 6.5 because I seen it last night again and my boys, and it was bad after the second watch. Well, you one that paid double the amount for a movie you didn't like, so let that sink in.
Yeah, this many times.
Yeah, my son's seen it again too. He said he didn't like it either.
Chris is the type of person
I don't
trying
think
to
it
talk
hurts.
people into liking crap.
I don't give a crap if you like it or not. I'm going to make my point, and I have my opinions. I don't base my opinions on anybody else's opinions.
Exactly.
I don't care. You don't like it. You don't like it. Don't like it.
Ned better become Hobgoblin at some point. I don't care if he doesn't lose weight. Give me big bone hobble.
That glider has a weight limit. Remember that.
You get play. If you get picked to play one of these superheroes, you need to look the part. I can't stand when they don't look the part. I don't try to talk anyone anything. You just said that.
That's what I said already.
What's crazy is Tom Holland said he knows who's playing Miles Morales. Now I'm confused. Is he going to be playing Miles Morales' Asian friend? Because Ned is technically Yankee.
No, I think it's because Sadie Sink is dating the guy from Stranger Things that was Lucas in Stranger Things, and I'm pretty sure he's setting up to be Miles Morales. That's how he knows.
I can see that, yeah.
What's up, Mr. Vile Mike? What's up?
Question: when we watched the movie the first time, before you knew anything that was going on, when you heard Jean Grey say VMAX, did any of you guys think of the symbiote and think that what we had seen with Venom?
I thought the symbiote was coming in this.
So did I. I thought that's exactly. I was like, oh, VMAX, we're gonna get the symbiote and Venom. Like I thought that's where it was gonna go to, and
I thought it was some kind of serum or something. I had no.
Okay.
No, I was like, she looks some kind of.
I was very disappointed with that reveal.
I wasn't.
Seriously?
Like, really?
I like the way they tied it though. But at first I was like that, but then she said that's the last thing my sister saw, and then it triggered that. So I get that. I didn't hate that.
And I didn't hate it, but I definitely I was disappointed, but I get it now that I look back at it. But I was disappointed because I'm like, they could have done so much. Like they could have named it anything the freak else, so that they wouldn't have like made people that thought about that or know the movie.
But it made sense because when Spider-Man would use that VMAX, I never heard of that. Even the bad guy, I've never heard of that before in my life.
I thought he was lying. I right when he said he didn't know, I was like, he's a bad guy, or he's not. Anyway. The whole VMAX thing, there was that. But I did like the fact that how when she takes her powers on in that box and it just blows up and goes all the way out. That's a great introduction to show that she's so much stronger, and it's a great way to set up a Dark Phoenix arc later on.
Then it also ties in with that because you remember people were mad at Professor X because he suppressed her
See?
powers, so it
Mhm.
tied up. So they kind of made that work when they did that because now she's what I would have done with the end scene credit. Maybe she get on the bus to wherever the name of the place where the X-Men mansion is at. Isn't
Oh,
it like
yeah.
Manchester or something?
Well, it's in Westchester County, which is
Yeah,
up. And they said she was going to
they
upstate New
should have
York,
put that
and
on the
it's
boat, Westchester, or they
yeah.
should have had maybe a ticket going to Westchester or something in her hand, or all everybody for the bus to Westchester. That would have been better than that end scene credit.
So
I get what I think they're doing with the end scene credit that he's on Battle World or Beyond is taking the Battle World. Those are the theories that are out there. But to me, it was just you pour all this money into this movie and then you give us, I think I won't say crappy, but underwhelming
Mm,
end scene credit.
yeah,
very underwhelming.
just like the end of the movie, right? But I'll say this: I get all of the, Professor X, he suppressed Jean Grey's powers and stuff like that in movies, whatever. But they made her into a actual killer.
Yeah,
Jean Grey has never been that type of a person.
that's what
She's
upset
literally
me.
been killing people. I didn't like that.
The one older general construction worker that just stepped off and got hit by the car. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "What are you doing?
Another
Why
thing
are
that
you
makes
making
sense
her
too.
like that?"
If she could only jump 33 feet and he trapped her in that helicopter, how did she get out of the helicopter?
Nah, that's a good point. Well,
And
I
then
She
think
would
she,
just have to
I
disconnect from
yeah,
that
yeah,
person
yeah,
and go back into
yeah,
herself and then jump into somebody else.
yeah.
so she can go back to herself any distance, but she can only jump. That don't make sense.
Jump into other people 33 feet, right?
But
But
then she
like
can
if
just stop the connection, right?
yeah,
She beat him to
yeah.
MJ.
Mhm.
Now that's I don't understand how she did that, right? How she jumped into MJ because where was she then? Was she right there? He took her onto the roof of a building. Where was she? You
That's
know
what
what
I
I
wanna
mean?
know because it would only make sense if she was closer to like, if she was still on the ground and was able to get close to MJ very quickly, just break the
Hmm.
connection from the dude in the helicopter, and then if she's close to MJ, be able to jump to get ever to, to
That
get to
don't
where
make
MJ
sense.
is.
I thought she had to actually visually see them. Because when the sister was teaching her, she had to visually see the people. So if she don't know where these people at, how is she jumping unless she's visually looking at them? I know she may
Mm,
know where her conscience at, but how does she know where to jump from? They don't make no sense. I'm
mm.
50 miles away, but I'm jumping to different people. Can she feel the people as well? I thought it was a visual thing. That to me
That's
was kind of confusing.
Right.
good question because I'm thinking if the MJ thing, then she was in MJ when Parker Pete Spider Man actually went to the house and got her, right?
Right.
So he would have to be her there, and I'm just like, okay, so then when did you jump into him? Why doesn't Spider Man sense that you're around? And I know I guess they kind of said his powers were, and you're like, oh, you can't sense me,
Yeah,
but
kind of wonky.
yeah. It
Um,
was weird.
They answered that part of it for sure, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of those things. It's like, I mean, maybe they just didn't explain it very well.
Chris, you got to jump out. Go ahead and tell.
Yeah, I got to run. Real Review 3000, of course, here on Khaos Central, first 3 Mondays of the month, and sometimes for other things like the Jeopardy thing that Anza did the other week. You can find me here, and yeah, I appreciate the talk. I think this is a good sign for the MCU.
Yep.
I think, no matter what Doomsday does, it's going to be tough to beat this movie with what it's probably going to do. But if anything, I think it helps Doomsday. And if Doomsday isn't as good as people hope it is, then that's what's going to hurt. It's
I'm
not.
interested at the end of this month what's it going to be. That's what I'm kind of looking at. This month.
Interested in what?
Yeah. I want to see what it makes. August 31st, how's it look for us?
Oh, yeah. I want to see what the final numbers for this movie is going to be.
Predictions? Any predictions on that?
I'm saying 3 million.
3 billion, yeah.
It's definitely going to beat. I think it's going to go over 2 billion for sure.
I'm going to put it at 2.8, 2.9.
If it makes $2 billion like it's predicted next weekend, it's going to make $3 billion. I have no doubt.
Yeah, if it does, I'm with you on that. I think
there's no other movies that's going to pull anybody attention to them. If I was committed to releasing a movie now, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'm taking this out, and we'll try it again next month, September, October. I would not go up against Spider-Man now. You are racing for second for certain.
You know, Tom Holland is in like the biggest movies this year so far, right?
Yeah.
All the biggest movies, he's in them.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Guys, take it easy.
All right, Chris.
Good night, Chris.
What it said?
Yeah. Between the Odyssey, Doomsday, and Spider-Man, they have been like box office hits.
Yep.
Well, I might say that's on the CNA stream. I give the movie 8.5. It had a few issues, especially the science. As a comic book movie and Spider-Man movie, it was more than good. I thought V Max was either a Stranger Things reference because her character was Max, or it was a Max level prison.
Yeah, like Vecna and Max. I did think that at, like when we were leaving this movie theater, a lot of people were talking about they're like Vecna and Max, and I was like, oh god, I see that too. But I'm like thinking, yeah, it could definitely be a shout out to that. But again, I was still thinking, Venom, some type of serum, something with the symbiote. I thought we were gonna get something of that. I think they're definitely holding on to that because that's definitely an end credit scene that we saw with Venom, and we know that
they'll their roach.
Yeah,
it's a roach. The symbiote roach. I figured VMAX would be something innocuous because no one knew what it was. I was thinking it was along those same lines too. Nick said, "No, Danny, I paid $5 because of T-Mobile $5 code to see in any format. So technically, I paid $7 to see both of the B movies. I guess whatever. $2 is my Regal points and $5 for the T-Mobile. Okay, good for you.
That's good.
Shifty. So does that mean they'll be doing Jean's Rage again as Dark Phoenix instead of the proper Phoenix Force? Who knows?
Who knows?
Different universe, different. Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that, Anzo. Different universe, different Jean Grey.
Right.
Good point. She can always hop back into her own body, but to me that doesn't make no sense. She can only jump 33 feet, but she's 5 miles away. Isn't she jumping essentially, and she's pulling it back? That I don't understand, but it is what it is. Hop back to her own body, then body jump to get to MJ.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would make sense. But again, you'd have to think about the distance, and they haven't quite explained it. So if she jumps in somebody else's body, once she's in that body, she can see another person. Does that mean she can do another 33 jump, and it no longer counts the distance that she technically is from that person if they start moving?
Yeah.
They really didn't explain that clearly, so we don't kind of know.
We cannot speculate. Shifty said Jean was a mass murderer at the Phoenix in the comics before she knew it wasn't Jean. She killed a whole planet full of asparagus people. I've never heard of that, and I'm not doubting. I'm just saying I never read that. Her sister says in the part they can only jump forward 33 feet, but can always return. Okay. It was never said that she had to be a visual range to jump; just had to be within 33 feet. It's all comic book logic anyway. Shifty said the end credit scene was rad as it hints to something huge. If you know how Doomsday begins, which I won't spoil. Thank you for not spoiling, Shifty. No problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what it is. It's tied into Doomsday and how it's going to begin, and it'll tie in Battle Wars and then kind of lead into Secret Wars or Battle Worlds and Secret Wars.
Somebody said the Beyonder on another stream I was on that the Beyonder is going to take them to I don't know. So it's going to be a lot of speculation. Now and DC.
Like you said, they're going to wind up cherry picking from the different source materials that they want to line up the story that they're going to give us.
Yep, and I don't have a problem with that because I don't want to go to a movie and I already know what's going to happen. I want a little twist and turn. So, Anik says Marvel paid another Spider-Man movie. Marvel paid for both Spider-Man movies and only received 5% of the profits, and Sony keeps 95% of the box office.
I seriously doubt that.
There's no way they're.
I seriously doubt that. No.
Does it smell weird if you kill a pineapple? I can imagine. Let's see how much. You looking that up, Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that if they're doing that, they are crazy. Because you know where I'd be doing that.
No, that doesn't even make any kind of like
A sense at
them
all.
go
Yeah.
in trying to take like that would automatically put them at a loss.
She didn't eat
Mm-hmm.
them. She's not Galactus. Okay.
Okay, Sony takes 75% of the box office profits. That's Jesus, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But
They
that
they
does
take
make
25
sense. Yeah.
It takes 75% from the Sony takes 75% and Marvel or Disney will take 25%.
But I also think that Sony puts up most of the most of the budget too, right? So that's why they get the
Mhm.
75%. Like I said, when Marvel, the deal was they wanted Spider-Man into their universe, right? So they took full control of creativity. Sony does still have a say. Sony says you can use this, but you can't use that, right? Sony can still do that. But when it comes to the story wise, Sony they cannot dictate the Spider-Man story. So that Marvel wants to go with. And when you see the money that
25%,
it's making,
25% of 3 billion is 750 million. So they're gonna be all right.
They're gonna be all right.
100%.
Yeah.
They're gonna be all right.
100%. Because if
Yeah.
they're getting 25%, I believe they probably only put 25% of the budget up then.
They did
You know what I mean? Yeah.
75% profits for 75% cost, 25% profits
Yeah.
for 25% of the cost.
Are they
Yeah,
getting
that makes
any
sense.
of the merchandising and stuff?
Oh, the merchandising. Hold on, I have that information here.
Yeah, no, that's all Marvel.
That's all
So,
Marvel.
yeah, and Sony only has movie rights. Anything else is Marvel. So
That's gravy
yeah.
there. The T-shirts, the hats,
Toys,
yeah.
apparel, video
know it.
games, and
I know
all
it.
other
Mhm.
related merchandise. 100% of the profits goes to Marvel or Disney.
Marvel.
Shoot, I was in the
Yeah.
movie theater and they had the action figures and the blankets. My
Mm-hmm.
grandson, we're not getting none of that, so don't even look. Cups.
Man, I think they had the popcorn bucket there and it was like $59. I said, I'm good.
Ryan got it. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
I tried to get it and it was sold out. And I went the next day. I went on Friday and it was already sold out. It got released
I'm
on
gonna see if
Thursday.
he's shook. I'm gonna start talking. I hope they had the most fire Black Panther T'Challa popcorn box.
To sell popcorn bucket.
Or I just might buy that
Just to send to Brian.
just to show it on the show when it comes up. Note to self,
Don't
damn.
send it to him. He'll burn that shit on stream.
I
He
still
told
sent
me
to him.
if I send him anything, I said if I find something to sell him, send it to you. He said no, I will burn that shit on stream. So, all right, I'm not gonna waste my money then.
Yeah, I hope it had the helmet, the new Black Panther helmet. I'm gonna be eating right out of it. She did. What I said. Disney and Marvel has the merch rights, so they're still making bank.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Most
100%.
definitely. I also know Disney paid for the production, not Sony. Check it out. Disney keeps a larger percentage of merchandise.
No,
She just
Sony
read
does.
it.
No, Disney does not pay for the production. Sony does. That's what I'm telling you. There's no way that Disney's gonna pay for the production and then give Sony 75%. That's not happening.
Yeah,
No.
That's bad business. You know what I mean? No.
Disney and Marvel always pay for 25% of the production and they get 25% of the profit.
Yes,
And whether they're
yes.
using
That's
Sony,
like-
Universal, whoever it is, they cover the other 75%.
That'd
Yes,
be like me and you
exactly.
going into business, open up a store, and I put up 75%, and you put up 25%. Do you think in any world that I'm going to give you equal to or more than what I put in there? That ain't
100%.
happening.
Again, it ain't happening.
100%. You put in 75, I put in 25, and we split it 50-50.
No.
There's no way.
No.
Who's doing that? Who's doing that? You may get a little bit extra when it
Yeah.
You
get
precedes.
incentives or
Yes.
bonuses or something.
Yes, 100%.
When I slice that pie, I'm getting the lion's share of the pie, buddy.
Absolutely, 100%. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
That's why Sony really has no problem with this deal,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
They have no problem with this deal. They just be like, okay, yeah, we'll put up the money. You guys make the movie.
Let's see. What was it? What was his
Mm-hmm.
budget? Brand new day budget.
About 250 million, something like that.
I'll look it up right now.
Man, I just went to the bathroom, boy, and whatever I ate, just it was a projectile again, bro.
TMI. TMI, bro.
I don't no, I seriously
You
don't know what it is with hamburgers. Like I
you
can eat.
you are going into Terrence territory, brother.
You need to make sure you don't have gout. If you're eating hamburgers and you feeling like that, go get checked
I
for
don't. Yeah,
gout.
I'm gonna have to because I can eat like if I make tacos and stuff like minced beef, no problem. But the minute I make it into a hamburger patty, I don't know.
Sloppy Joes for you from now on.
Yeah, for real. For real. Shit, I'm at the point at my age I might be needing baby food at this point. You know
Wow.
what I mean? Shit, that's probably gonna be the only thing that doesn't upset my stomach now.
Damn.
It's box office profit. The film has to pay for itself before anyone gets a cut.
Yeah, the film only
Yeah,
they had a
100%.
$225 million budget, so they made that shit
Hmm.
back in the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
absolutely.
day.
The first day, right?
Because it made one 900 something million dollars. So that's $300 million
In
a
3
day.
days. Yeah,
That's
yeah, yes.
yeah.
So
First
the
day it did that.
first day,
Mhm.
Thursday, right? The first day preview was the highest grossing preview of any movie at $72 million.
That's crazy.
The Spider-Man busting a nut joke in the movie was the where jokes was cringe. What?
No, the joke no, Anik Jones, that's where you're wrong. Actually, I thought the jokes were pretty funny. I thought the jokes were pretty funny. That was the one thing I will say about this movie is that some of those jokes really hit. Like
They
when
did.
he first got the organic webs and did the "Ugh," you know, I was dying. I was dying. I was dying. That
I
was
was
funny.
so
That was
happy they did that because that's a natural reaction. You're like, ugh, ugh.
yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
And then Danny, the one with Sadie Sink, Jean Grey, where she goes into the Punisher's mind.
Yep.
She's
He's acting like a
"Oh."
girl. That was funny.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
I
yeah.
like whenever he kicked him out the truck and messed his van up. He said,
Uh-huh.
"You mother," and then down
Mother, yeah.
that was funny.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. It was good. The
Why
jokes
you're
hit.
arguing about this when you have access to the internet? We just checked it, bro. We're not arguing with a need. You have to argue because
Yeah, yeah, because it needs.
that stuff.
Yeah.
He's like a magician, guys. In case you didn't hear, Jack O'Connell, the lead vampire in Sinners, was supposedly cast as Wolverine.
I could see him as a Wolverine.
Kaylee Spaney from Alien Romulus as Rogue, and she supposedly fought for the role. Good on her.
Yeah, and Samara,
As Emma Frost. Yeah.
yes, I loved her. I love her.
Because he's kind of short, isn't he?
She? Oh,
No,
who?
the guy that played the head vampire in Sinners.
He is short. Wolverine's supposed to be short.
Yeah, I'm saying that so it'll fit because I know people are
Oh
having
yeah,
issues with his
Yeah.
height.
the guy was definitely shorter than Michael B. Jordan. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the screen, he was shorter. So I mean, I don't know how tall he is in real life, but he definitely looks shorter standing to Michael B. Jordan. I don't think Michael B. Jordan is all that tall.
What is his name? Jack O'Connell. He'll do it. Jack O'Connell.
They got to get the cast for X-Men right, though. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, they got to get the cast right. I don't know who I would like to see as Cyclops yet, but I think you got to get it right. Adam Driver as Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Sinister, I'm
He's
still
30
a little iffy on
He's
that.
35 years old and he's 5'8". I'm taller than him.
Oh,
He's
5'8".
5'8".
Yep.
That's I'm 5'7.5", so I'm just
Oh,
like right there
wow.
with him. Damn. That would be a good Wolverine.
I tell you what, though, man, these English actors, they're taking over. These
Yes,
English,
they are.
Oh, yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
killing,
Oh,
they're killing the superhero genre,
oh,
but
the American actors are hating it right now. They do not like the fact that these British actors are coming
the
over
only
here
American
and taking their roles.
is Charlie Cox. Is he American? Yeah, he's
I
American.
don't think so.
Hold on.
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
I'm trying to think. The only ones American on the Avengers was Scarlet Witch and Hawkeye. both of them gone. Bruce Banner, he's American.
Oh yeah, no, Charlie Cox. Yeah, Murdoch is an English actor.
Yeah,
Good Lord.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
who else?
Chris
Sam
Evans,
Wilson, Chris
Sam
Evans,
Wilkins, Chris
Robert Downey
Evans,
Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. I-
Miss
I-
Captain Marvel,
Mm.
Monica Rambeau, the
You,
girl
you
that
see,
plays
no,
Scarlet Witch.
you're right, but you see what you're doing right there, Danny. You're actually proving the point that yes, there are a lot of British actors, but there's still a lot of American actors doing these roles too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're British, if you're
If you're good,
Chinese.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
if you fit the role, you fit the role. It doesn't matter to me.
Is Loki British?
I believe he is.
Or is he
Yes,
American?
coming back,
Mhm.
Cumberbatch or whatever.
No, Loki.
No, Tom Hiddleston.
Oh,
Yeah, I believe he is. I believe he is.
in 3 weeks we'll know for sure. Yeah.
Is that Canadian meat that doesn't? Nick, that was funny. Might be some of that moose, man. Because you think you get a hamburger when you get a moose.
You have an elk burgers.
Hey, watch your mouth now. All right, we ain't doing that, Mr. Gator.
Hey. You and Roberto was talking about gator stuff. There ain't no gator in the stores, but
No,
we look
no,
on the
no.
stores. You look on the grocery stores and y'all, man, it sure had elk. And I was like, whoa.
Okay, no. That is where Dandelion was from. Not here. We ain't got no. I ain't even seen no elk in my supermarket. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but you know, the South is different than New York, right? You know what I mean? Like,
I guarantee you, Jen, they probably sell all kind of crazy stuff there in New York.
They do sell all kind of crazy stuff in New York. I think you can find anything to eat here.
When I went to New York, I could tell how country I was. I was walking down the street, like speaking to people. They look at me like I was a fool. I was like,
that's because in New York, you mind your business. You just keep your head forward and keep moving. You don't say hi. You don't got to be Eddie Murphy and Coming to America.
Well, you come to South Carolina, man, you get spoken to 20 times when you get to the grocery store, bro.
Yeah, not in New York. You could go the whole day on subs and walking through crowds of people, and people won't even make eye contact with you. Right. Like they're too busy in their own world. They don't give a shit 100%. About you. They just keeping it moving for the day. That's you could disappear.
I want to go to New York one more time. I want to see the Apollo in real life, and I want to go to Chinatown and Little Italy. And that's
when you come, I will give you a proper tour, and I'll even take you to some really good like Jamaican spots in Brooklyn.
Yes,
I don't know what your background is, but my husband's Jamaican and he's from Brooklyn, and we got a bunch of different delicious spots. I'll get you some real jerk and some real Scotch bonnet, and you can go and have you some escovitch
and some real goat. Yes, Danny.
Yes. Get some curry goat.
Yes.
Oh my God.
No.
Yeah, goat stew. Woo!
Nah. 100%.
I'm good.
100%.
I can go to the Greek side and we can do some lamb.
Yeah, I'm good. Remember the first Sam Raimi had a web shooting? What is he talking about? Remember the first Sam Raimi had a web shooting is a cum shot scene too. It was funny.
When he first got his organic webs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was funny.
The guy with the lone walk is rumored as Cyclops, but the internet is giving him a hard time because he's a bit tubby. Bro, I always say this. If I got right now at 55, if some fool was to say, Danny, you're going to play Bishop, bro, I'm going to be on steroids, something, because I'm going to look right for that first move and get that money. But
100%. 100%. You're not going to throw me in some spandex with my beer gut and stuff like that. That's not happening. No.
Negative. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. Plus, I'm gonna have enough zeros too. Yeah.
Facts.
Cooper something is his name. Cooper Hoffman. Americans need to boycott Marvel movies because they don't like Captain America. I just named about 10 just now, bro. No, they don't. The South love cooking roadkill. No, I don't know what you're
Facts. 100%.
Negative.
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing. My dad, and I you see what I'm saying, he hunt for squirrel, coon, rabbit. I don't eat none of that stuff. I didn't tell you the most three important animals on this planet is the
Okay,
cow, the
hold
pig,
on,
and the chicken.
hold on. You said you don't eat them. Have you tried them?
No,
Okay,
I have
okay,
not tried no
okay,
squirrel. I've not
okay,
tried no
okay.
possum. I've not tried no coon. I've not tried none of that stuff. Negative.
have, have you had chitlins?
No. You know
Okay,
what chitlins
okay,
smell like?
okay.
It smells
I,
like,
I don't even want to know the smell.
bruh, it is the most. I've seen the process, how you clean them and harvest them out the hog. It is disgusting. I would never eat that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I 100%. Like I hear people talk about the smell of that, and even the look of it makes me want to
It is
like,
disgusting, bro.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
It is disgusting. The guy that played it and the dude that played the brother-in-law on Ozark are the top contenders for Xavier. Okay, I watched
Really?
Hmm.
Ozark. Who is the brother-in-law?
That's what I'm about to look up because I watched Ozark and I'm trying to think.
You're talking about
Ozark was fire.
It was fire. I thought that was such a great
well, little
show.
girl
Holy
out of
shit.
Ozark played the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, 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 yeah. The girl in Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
Yeah, the girl in Ozark played.
I'm trying to think of the brother-in-law. You talking
That
about
was the
Marty's
best part.
brother-in-law?
That's what I'm sorry. I think Marty's brother-in-law.
Because Wendy
And
was the
then you
wife
said
thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wendy was the
It was
wife.
Wendy's brother. He got killed. I think Wendy's brother was sleeping with the girl that played Silver Surfer. If memory serves
Ben
me correct.
Davis. Oh,
You said
it-
said Tom.
Tom Pelany?
Yeah,
Pelfany?
Tom Pelpany. I don't even know who that
And
is.
if you come to New York, I'll take you to the strip negative, bro.
oh,
You will not.
That's for me and Nick Jones. When I come there, me and you go there, 100%.
Bro, I'm not going to nobody strip.
they,
I think I told you this story. I was 20, was it 20 years after Desert Storm? That was in 90. Yeah, I was 20. Came back at a bank full of money because in the war, you just save money. Went to the strip club in New York. I even know the girl name. Her name was Candace. Candace, in about 3 hours, almost
To go.
drained my bank account.
did you know where she
So
went to school?
I
I feel
don't,
like you
I
read
don't
all.
have, I don't have no discipline. So I don't go in there. I've never been in a strip club at one time. I don't have discipline. And this lap dance and all that kind of crazy stuff. No, I ain't about no lap dancing. So I don't go in there. So that won't be happening.
Yeah, but you're older now, Danny. I'm more
Negative.
control now. You know
No,
that?
We gotta take you to the Hustlers Club, the
no, bro.
proper one, right across from the Intrepid is the
Listen,
Hustler Club off the West Side Highway. That's more of a proper strip club. I don't know where Neat
who?
Jones is gonna take you to, but you gotta go to a
Yeah,
proper
yeah. You
strip
might not. Yeah, you might not want to go to the one and Nick Jones is gonna take you to.
I ain't going to
The
none.
one of those ones where you don't want to go in the bathroom. You
Yeah.
might not know what's on the
My
toilet seats and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
my best friend's father works. He's a retired cop from New York City, and he still works security at the Hustlers Club on Sunday night, Thursday and Sunday nights. So if you do come to New York, I got you. We can go to the Hustler Club. I'd love to go to strip clubs. We go.
I'm good.
No,
Thanks, but I'm
I'm
good.
down. Danny's good. I'm down. Let's go. Let's do
Come
this.
on
All
down
right.
to New York. I'll take you
I,
out.
I gotta I gotta ask, who has the better strip clubs, Atlanta or New York?
Oh, I'm gonna say Atlanta, and I've never even been to Atlanta.
That's what I'm thinking too. You
I've
know what I
always
I'm
mean?
heard
just being
Miami.
honest.
What's that, Danny?
I've always heard Miami.
Oh, Miami's
Miami
probably
too.
not that bad either. Yeah.
Yeah.
And bro, Anzo, you know me. You know that word.
Oh
If
yeah,
they say
yeah.
that
Hey,
word, I
listen.
am bankrupt. So I'm definitely not going there. No.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna message Jen. This was a while ago. I forgot about that. I'm like, Jen, just call Danny Poppy. Just
No.
say Poppy.
That
Just say Poppy.
is kryptonite. That's kryptonite.
Kryptonite or heroin? There's a difference.
Bro. This is how it be. I'm sorry, Poppy.
I lo siento, papi.
Oh Lord. Boom. There you go. Go get what you want. Go get what you want. No. So,
Mm.
I know how to
That
avoid
is
danger. I'm doing it
hilarious.
for 40 years, so I'm going to keep doing it. I'm good. Thanks for the invite. I know right here that I know what time it is. Danny in the South, they eat squirrels, possums, and raccoons. Danny had a couple of raccoons. No, bro. That definitely ain't true.
Do they really eat possums out there, though, Daddy? I'm
Telling
sure
you.
they do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Disgusting.
Possums, coons. I've seen my grandma catch a turtle out the ditch and cook it up, man. I'm telling you. Mm-mm.
Louisiana too. I know in Louisiana they eat all
Oh,
that.
they're
I have
probably
friends in
even
Louisiana.
worse.
They eat
Yeah.
all that in
No,
Louisiana.
no, I'm
Gator,
good.
everything.
I'm good.
Yeah. Poe is from Mississippi, right?
Yep.
And he don't stop talking about how Gator is fire.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
The Neo not Z guy on Banshee. I know you're talking about. Banshee was fried too. They say she did more than drain your pockets. Candace drain in the negative, bro. No. Sorry. If I would have went somewhere privately, that's probably possible. But inside the club, no.
Hey,
These big
listen.
bull crap. Go ahead.
I've seen all that
Listen.
happen inside the club without going to the back rooms. I'm just saying.
That I was just about to say that if there was one that I went to, if Danny would have went, because I remember walked into it's called Solid Gold, right? Walked in their whatever room and it was ram packed, so they had to sit us up in front. And then these two girls came up on stage, and the show they put on there, I'm not going to talk about it on here, but I was like, wait, they're really doing that live in
Well,
front of my face? Yeah.
I tell you some stuff. When I went overseas in Okinawa, Japan,
Hmm.
I'm telling you, it was so raunchy. I didn't eat banana for about 2 years. I'm telling you, boy. I'm like,
I remember you told me about the banana story.
I'm like, what is this? No, I'm telling you, for 2 years I would not touch a banana. It's crazy. A huge big bullcrap rumor is Jensen Ackles is a finalist for Magneto. I don't know who that is.
That's the super. That's Supernatural. The guy that just
Yeah.
played Soldier Boy in whatever the boys.
I know you're talking about that played on Sam on
Not Sam, the other
the
one.
brother.
The other
Sam
one.
and-
Dean.
Dean. Yeah,
Dean.
he was in oh, Danny didn't watch the last season of The Boys, but he was in the
I
last
know
season of
he's
The Boys.
Superboy, wasn't it? Soldier
Yeah,
Boy,
he's
whatever.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy, yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to play They wanted him to play Batman. He lost out in the Batman run to Robert
I
Patterson.
think he would be better as Cyclops than Magneto.
Agreed.
I agree.
Agreed. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think and if you had to pick, what about Homelander? You think he could play a role in an X-Men movie?
No,
Really?
I think
Anthony Starr?
I think he is perfect for Reverse Flash.
Oh.
I like that choice.
Okay.
I do like them as Reverse Flash, but I think he might be
A better Mr. Sinister.
Oh yeah. I think he would be a good.
He probably could pull that off, but whenever I see him, I say, man, in that yellow suit, that's Reverse Flash. That is Eobard Thawne right there.
No, I like
now
that.
you
I do
say
like that choice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah.
Yep. Nick said Atlanta easily. How you know
Mhm.
shit? Atlanta has the best strip clubs because those hoes get butt naked and do a lot for $1. New York strip clubs only do topless, not bottomless.
That's true. They
Oh,
banned the
Atlanta.
bottomless.
I ain't going to no strip club in New York. That's what we doing over here.
They banned the bottomless in New York, but until you go into the
Really?
back rooms. Yeah. The shit was getting when I saw you, shit was getting raunchy. Like you couldn't it wasn't a strip club more than it started turning more like into sex clubs, so they banned it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
getting really taken out of control. It's only a matter of time before some shit pops off and they wind up taking it away from Miami and Atlanta too. Because I know Miami and Atlanta, you can go completely nude. They don't have that up here in New York anymore like they used to.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Here you can go completely nude too. 100%. Yeah.
Nope. I rebuke that. Danny, let's go to the Bronx. Those Dominican women will have you.
Yep. That's all I can think about. Them Dominicans with their oh my God, Danny, you'll be broke. You'll be homeless before the end of the night.
As a, as a
And they
third
speak nothing
poppy,
but
I'm gone.
Spanish to you.
As a third poppy, I'm gone. Gotta go.
And he says,
Go.
once that third poppy comes and something else starts to poppy, I'm outie.
Spider-Man biggest opening ever until No Doomsday comes out.
That's a good one. I don't know if Doomsday, because we got to remember, like these type of momentum type of movies don't happen all the time.
Right.
This is
I don't
an
know if
anomaly.
Doomsday. Yeah, I don't know if Doomsday can do what this is going to do. Now, Doomsday has a lot of, I'll say, member berries included in it, which possibly could help. But I always thought,
I got a
Far
question
From
for y'all,
Home.
Joe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do they keep what they got in the can? Or do they go back and make some adjustments since they see?
They-
I think they keep what they got. I think they keep what they got. Now, the only reason why I would say they go back in the count is because we were hearing rumors that they were having a bunch of issues with the cutting and the editing and stuff like that. So if that's the case, then maybe you might want to go back and change it. But I think you keep what you have, and you have faith in Robert Downey Jr. You have faith in Chris Evans coming back. You have faith. But again, a lot of people talk about Far From Home, and they're like, or No Way Home, and they're like, oh, it was just member berries. It was just because of the 3 Spider-Man. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But after seeing this, it has nothing to do with the 3 Spider-Man in it. It has nothing to do with it. It's just Spider-Man is just the guy. Like, hands down.
Let's look it up. The official runtime for Doomsday is 2 hours and 45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The fact that they did the whole ticket sale, like the pre-sale tickets now, I thought was really smart because they're definitely using the momentum of everything that's coming off of Spider-Man for that. And when you think about the release, I don't know about you, but I realistically, as a parent with children, for you to come out with a big ass movie days before Christmas, knowing I gotta buy mad Christmas gifts and it's Christmas time, I thought it was smart. Because right now everybody's got the $60, $70, $80, whatever you're gonna do, even if it's just gonna cost you $25 to go. Everybody got that now. But if you ask them in November, right after Thanksgiving and Black Friday, going into the holiday season, they'd be like, I got the $25, but I'm not trying to spend it right now. It's getting cold. My energy bill's going crazy right now. Like they did it at the perfect time because when you think about all the other shit that's going on economically worldwide, and then the season that it's getting released in, ain't nobody would have bought all those tickets then for Doomsday like they're buying it now for the summer. They got that extra summer money, that extra vacation money, and they're like, fuck it, we'll just buy it now. And I think that's mad smart because I know I locked in now. I looked at my husband, I'm like, we ain't gonna be able to, like, we're gonna be too busy Christmas shopping and doing stuff that we need. They're gonna be like, fuck that, we'll wait till it comes out, like on the thing. So I thought it was really smart.
Yeah, because I sent Jen, I got the tickets, I sent them, and then she sent back, she's in line waiting for hers, and I'm like, yeah, exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
You see, Daddy, this is what happens when you live in a populated area. You have to worry about getting your tickets early. You know what I mean? When you're only living in a place with like 200-300 people.
I don't mind being called country broken, bro. I'm good. I'm good. I love it. I love it when the streets roll up at dark. Hey, I'm good with it. I'm good, bro. Yeah, y'all can have New York, y'all can have Montreal. Go ahead, bro. I'll visit, but that's it.
Yeah, 100%.
I
love my big cities.
I do too.
The older I get, there's a time I was like, yeah, I want to be in New York. Now,
but I don't live in the city. I was born in New York City, and so is my husband. We live an hour away from the city now.
Yeah,
I would never go back and raise my kids in that city. Fuck that. I'm good up here.
I hate traffic. I got road rage, man. I know I have it there now. I'm good, man. No. Just in the 50,
you have road rage, Donnie?
Boy, something stupid, and I'm trying to get somewhere.
Oh my God. One of my ex used to drive me crazy with that road rage crap, bro. She would literally stop the car, roll down the window, and I'm like, yo, listen.
I don't do all that, but I'll be inside giving them like, what are you doing?
That's why I used to, back in the day before they had all them cameras, I used to keep Snapple bottles in my car. I just opened the window and chuck one out. It was real simple.
Wow.
You can't do that shit no more. So if you lived in the Bronx and about 10 years ago you ever had a Snapple bottle from like some crazy Acura or Honda driving around you, that wasn't me.
Wow.
Wow.
Anthony Starr would have made a killer Wolverine coming off of Banshee. Banshee was good. Yeah, Banshee
Yeah.
was good. I think it went down as the seasons progressed, though. But that first 2 seasons was fire. Doomsday pre-sale tickets already sold 15 million in pre-sale. That's crazy.
That's
That is
It doesn't
crazy.
surprise me because if I look at it now, I'm pretty sure most of the theaters are sold out with Doomsday. But I mean, so Spider-Man had a crazy weekend,
Uh-huh.
but word of mouth is going to make it even have a word because people that were like, maybe I'll wait to see it until it comes on streaming. Now they hear how good it is, they're gonna go buy it. So the drop off for week 2 is going to be very low, very very
Did
low.
it show that now? I want to see what that is. Mojo.
It's gonna be very low.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna have that big of a dip going into the second weekend. It'll dip off the third and fourth weekend because so many people have seen it, and that's maybe because I
Yeah.
know a lot of people are going back to see it again because they
Yes.
loved it so much.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Absolutely.
it was good. It was a good movie. I'll wait till it comes on my big screen TV where I can roll something
Facts.
up and lay back and chill and watch it
Facts.
again.
Yes.
But I'm glad I went to go see it. By all means, I thought it was a good movie. It just didn't. It wasn't a perfect Spider-Man movie for me. I really
Mhm.
definitely liked No Way Home better. Um, and again, I didn't think that there was this huge villain in this movie. I thought this was more of a personality and a character arc because he's for 4 years he's been traumatized and needed to figure out how to handle everything and isolating to work and completely cutting off and everything they talked about in the movie was exactly what he needs to go through and mature and kind of be able to have that balance as a man. And that's exactly what he's
Mhm.
becoming. He's going from a boy to a man. So I get it, but again, with everything that they're trying to tie and reboot, I I I didn't think it was the perfect movie, but it wasn't bad.
I can't
Right.
believe that we actually did more. The United States did 360 million.
Oh
China
yeah.
China did half of that. Not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
half.
yeah, 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 yeah.
121.
Americans are killing this movie. But see, here's the thing. I'm looking at my tickets now, right? I can go on December 18th and I can still get a couple of there's have some still pretty decent seats for this on December 18th. With Spider-Man, if you didn't get the tickets that day, you weren't going to see it in properly. So, yeah, I have a feeling that Doomsday might not actually it might not make as much as Spider Man.
My son is in South Korea and they made $25 million opening day.
Mm. For them over there,
Yes,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
because even Odyssey was sold out until the end of August, from what I seen.
Boy, I
Right?
bet you honestly feel like a train, a car went over them now, boy, because they had so much momentum. Now
They no, they
they
did, but Danny, they've been sold out since August, so they don't really care, right? Because people are still going to be going to see it. So their tickets have already been purchased before Spider Man came out. Now,
Right.
after that, I guess you made your money, so you don't really care. But yeah, it's crazy. It's
well,
Yeah.
crazy.
one thing I do know now, Dune don't stand a chance.
Oh, I agree.
Mm.
Dune
There's
is in
no.
trouble.
Yeah, yeah. Dune is in trouble. Yeah, yeah. 100%.
It is. And
100%.
if you watch the HBO series that was like the whole prequel to it all, that shit kind of caved in to itself. It didn't
Oh,
really finish
really?
off strong, in my opinion. Season two
Mm.
did not finish off strong. Not even close.
Right
Or
now,
See
season one
that?
did.
they neck and neck. Um, Odyssey made $912 million worldwide.
Yeah, but Odyssey's been out for like 3 weeks already now. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like the
It
third
came,
week already.
yeah, it came out on the 17th.
Yeah, Spider Man is like 3 days.
But
That's under
they also opened up way more theaters because when I walked in to go see
Yeah.
Odyssey, because I know people that Could not buy tickets until today, August 3rd. I have friends that I bought my tickets right away and I went and saw Odyssey. But I know people that waited to that Saturday, Friday or Saturday when we were all talking about it, that went to go buy tickets, and tickets were sold out till today, Monday, August 3rd and 4th. People were buying tickets for it to see the
It's not
Odyssey.
even open in China.
And
Yeah.
but they only had, when I went there was only 4 theaters for the Odyssey. When I went this time for Spider-Man on Friday, there was 8 theaters playing Spider-Man.
Hey, when I went
At the same
Thursday,
time, like there was 8
it
theaters.
was
I was like,
every 30
"Shit."
minutes, and then it skipped
Yeah.
like an hour. It started at 12 o'clock. I wanted to go 12 o'clock, but I couldn't get it. So it was like 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30. Then the next one jumped down. Me and my grandson went to a 3 o'clock show, and then they have another for 4 o'clock. Then it was every 30 minutes up to 10 o'clock.
Mhm. That's how it was at my theater, at the local theater here in Poughkeepsie, a whole hour and 20 minutes north of Manhattan, where I know they started showing it in Manhattan at 10 AM.
You drove an hour and 20 minutes to go see it?
No, I live in Poughkeepsie. I live an hour and 10
Oh,
minutes from
oh,
the city, but I know that, like, family that went in the city that I know of, they started in the city at 10 AM, those tickets. I was like, "I thought the movie theaters didn't open till 12." They're like, "They
yeah,
opened it early." At 10 AM, they were showing,
yeah.
Friday and Saturday, and Sunday, they had 10 AM showings down in Manhattan
One
for
of my
Spider-Man. I
friends,
was like, "Damn, they opened the theaters early for it and had 3 or 4 showings before noon."
he goes to the drive-in and watch it. I'm like,
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
Oh, I haven't been to a drive-in in a long time. But they're doing the same thing here for Doomsday because I see Doomsday has like 11:30 showings and 11 showings, 11 o'clock. So they're starting them a little bit earlier this year, or
They
at
didn't
least
do
for
that
these
for
movies, anyways.
they didn't do that for Odyssey, and I know that for damn sure they ain't gonna do that for Dune.
Yeah,
no,
they
That's
ain't doing
another
that for
thing
Doom.
I
that's
wouldn't.
another factor you gotta take into consideration with all these ticket sales. They're opening up more theaters, and they're opening up certain theaters earlier to fit in more shows to get more people
Mm-hmm.
in and get more money that they're
Mm-hmm.
not doing for other productions that are out there.
I wonder how
I
will it
agree.
affect Dune if they move, because now you know, they got all those IMAX theaters locked down. But I would push it back to January.
I that
January, maybe even February.
they
Well,
I don't think with this energy.
well, Doomsday put their movies in Screen X, right? And
No,
those
no, I'm
tickets are
saying
just
Dune.
oh, Dune. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm saying if I was
yeah, yeah.
Dune, I would
Yeah, I would
push it
change.
back.
Yeah,
I
I would
would not
change.
open up. Not with this opening for Spider Man. You know,
they
if
can't they
Yeah.
can't change anything now because it's everything's locked in. It would fuck everything up because their
ooh,
True.
Marvel went and made this whole new film just to compete with IMAX that didn't
yeah,
even
Yeah.
exist. So
Yeah.
they can't go back and renege on it now. They can't backwalk that. But I'm sure looking at everything that's going on, they wish they could.
yep. It's sad
Facts.
that Doomsday won't even break the record because of Doom. If Doom wasn't in its way, I believe Doomsday would make over 400 million opening weekend. Bruh, I still think it might do that. 400
Absolutely.
million?
Yeah, absolutely. Dune's not going to affect Doomsday. It's
Mm-mm.
not going
Yeah.
to do.
I'm
No.
Doomsday
more
is going to
hyped.
affect Dune more than Doomsday.
I agree.
When you
I'm more
think
hyped.
about it, oh sorry.
Read this real quick. You can talk. I'm more hyped for the Doomsday figures. The Marvel Legends Gambit figure looks amazing. It looks like Tatum Tatum.
Mm.
I agree with your thought. Yeah.
Um I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, 50.
I got
Well,
all he said Gambit, and I was like, Gambit?
uh,
Forgot.
I
I
got
love
him.
Gambit.
I got him and Magneto reserved. There's a big controversy with the Magneto figure as it reused the pants of the Red Skull for him. Bad choice. Oh, where you get all this information from? I have never heard. There's a big controversy with the Magneto figure as they reuse the pants of the Red Skull for him. Who looks at pants on a figurine that bad? That got sexual.
No idea.
Dune needs to release this year to qualify for the Oscars. Well, I
Yeah.
think making money is more important than the Oscar, at least in my mind.
I
Well,
agree.
one is for the studio and one is for the actors.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, lady and gent, we have been going on for 2 hours and 16 minutes, and I was going a little bit longer, but I got to work tomorrow.
no.
But definitely enjoyed this. Any last thoughts we got here? Last comments,
No,
thoughts?
great
No, I'm
stream.
good. Great stream. Yeah, great stream. Thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem. I co-hosted Taurus Stream, Danny. Okay, I study this stuff. Well, I stand corrected. I guess you do pay attention to that. But thanks for the information. Appreciate it. Um, Miss Jen, tell the people where they can find you, what's going on in your neck of the woods, where you're gonna be, what you're gonna do.
Y'all can find me. I am 1/4 of Nerdy AF. I also co-host with Sci-Fi Vision and Real Cinema Therapy. And of course, you can catch me with Biggaford Entertainment over on his channel, covering a ton of different things. So we got much more things lined up. So keep in tune.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Donzo, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Biggaford Entertainment. You guys know where to find me. Like Jen said, we're doing all kinds of stuff over there. And now we here doing the Khaos Central stuff. Good show, Danny. It was great.
Yep, appreciate it. One last topic. What are y'all thinking about the Children of Blood and Bone? There's some controversy going on with that. But I think is Wakanda needs to tap into that because they look better than the Black Panther to me.
Ooh.
I,
I'll let you go first, Jen. Go ahead.
I'm not really sure. I have kind of just started seeing some of the controversy that's really about it, and I'm kind of like, I don't think it's a really big deal so far. I'm kind of wanting to see where it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't even know what's going on with Wakanda thing. That's all coming in 2028. So there's so much that's gonna still change and come about everything. So
Did you see
we'll
the
see.
trailer yet?
No, I did not see the trailer yet. That's probably why I'm
Oh,
like, I'm not really
really?
sure.
Oh, okay.
Really?
No.
You want to pull that up, Alonzo?
Yeah, sure. I'll bring up the trailer for Blood and Bone. I think, and I said this earlier, right? We talked about it on the rewind this week, where I was like, I think because it's the author that's having a problem, right?
Yeah.
She's,
She's
and
being
I
very
just feel
vague, but our problem is.
yes, she is being very vague, and I think that what it is like she might have wanted things in the movie where they're like, that doesn't really, you know, translate well in theater, because there are some things that you just can't do that doesn't translate well. And I'll give you a perfect example, right? In the comic books, you see Hulk. Hulk grabs a building from the bottom, right? Rips it from the ground and uses it as a baseball bat. They
Hmm.
cannot do that in live action. It would not work. The building would crumble. And the minute they do something like that, I'd be like, oh, that looks stupid. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that just don't translate in movies. And I think that's probably what her problem is that maybe she wanted certain things and they wanted to change things to make it better. And she didn't like that. So I think those might be the problems with her. But at the end
I
of
hear
the
what you're
day, I
saying,
mean,
but didn't Superman catch an airplane basically used like a baseball?
yeah, an airplane is fine, but we're talking about a concrete building, right? A
The
concrete
structural
building,
damage
yeah,
from
is
ripping it
gonna
out would crumble it.
yes,
I get it.
yes,
And
yes.
I don't know what her problem is because she just like she made like random statements like this was the worst day ever of my
Yeah.
life, and like you don't know
Hmm.
what any of it was. So I'm like, I don't really know what the problem is and what the controversy is. I gotta like she didn't I have no idea what they put into the projection or not. So I'm not really sure. I just want to see it, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
That's where I stand. I'm like, you're not be giving any information. I don't really know what the controversy is. It sounds like you just had like a bad PMS menopause day. I mean, I'm sorry. I
Hmm.
know I'm a female, but it just sounds like you didn't get your way and you're having a fucking
Hmm.
tantrum and you think you're more important than you are. Have you not seen the way they treated like George R.R. Martin and like all these other people? They don't give a fuck. You sold your rights over, even though they let you stand there and say something doesn't mean they're gonna hear you. You sold off your shit to them. So I'm not
Yes.
really sure what the controversy is, and I don't know what they've put into the production when they haven't. So I really don't even know what to say other than it sounds like a big tantrum. And I apologize if I'm wrong. And she actually has some merit and some reasoning, but she hasn't said anything. So I really don't even know what's going to happen with that. I just want to see it. That's it.
No,
And
you're
I'll make
you're
a
one
decision
hundred
from there.
percent. Yeah, you're 100% correct. Until she gives us like actual details of what the problem is,
Yep.
then we all are speculating. So it's the only thing we can say is like maybe you didn't get your way and you're being a little diva and like, oh no, this is my movie and my book and this is how it should be and this is what So until you give us some information, we will never know.
Right.
Here's a trailer.
Big
Just
energy.
give me the clue.
Good energy got you all in your feelings. Big energy. My daughter, you must not be afraid. Orisha was once a land where magic flowed through our people. You were born with a gift greater than you know. But those who feared our power took it away from us. I know you miss her. Your powers may be gone, but that does not change who you are.
Magic is a festering disease. Purge it!
Heed my words. You are the future king.
What if that is not the kind of king I want to be?
For years I have trained you. Because I believe you are the one. You can bring magic back.
Hold up, wait. Look around, everybody on mute. Hold up, wait. Look around, it's me and my crew. Big energy, big energy. All this good energy got you all in your feelings. Big energy, big energy. Big energy, big energy. Hold up.
They're looking to you to lead them.
All this good energy got you all in your feelings. Big energy.
She has the ability to annihilate us all.
Big energy.
You have unraveled me.
Big energy.
No mercy! You must strike!
All these years, we believed the gods abandoned us.
Oh, my child. They were waiting for you.
That trailer looks like fire to me.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not gonna lie, and look at the actors and that they have in there. I mean, Regina King, Viola Davis, those are queens. Those are top-notch queens. And then you have Cynthia in there as well, and the new characters that they brought in. So I don't know what the issue is or what it's gonna be, but even her using magic and summoning things, you can clearly see they've done that. So I don't know what the issue is. It looks like fire. I can't
Looks
wait to
like
see it.
Wakanda mixed with Harry Potter mixed with Avatar.
Avatar. Yeah. And I mean not like Avatar, like airbending and shit, like Avatar. The last Avatar, like the last airbender Avatar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love all that kind of shit.
No, it looks good. I think it's gonna be a good movie. And I said this on the rewind, like, we need to support it, because if we don't, we're not gonna get a lot of movies like this. So this needs to be
They'll never bring
supported.
it back and they'll kill everybody off. So we need to support it.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm your host, Danny Graham. You can find me on my channel, The Road to Wisdom, on Mondays and Fridays, sometime between 6:45 and 7:15 in the morning. Also, on first 3 Mondays of the month, I'm here on this channel, Khaos Central, on Anzo, Chris Knight, and now a new addition, Jen the Teacher. Also, you can find me on the Hangout on Wednesdays, and you can also find me on Storm Live on Sundays. So, fantastic show. And as always, y'all take it easy. Next Monday, it'll be Anzo's show. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing, the Khaos List. I'm 1,000% sure it's going to be fire. So make sure you tune in with us then. Tune in with us on Sunday, because that is not Sunday, because it's what do y'all call it?
The Roundtable.
Penultimate? I've never heard of that before. The
Penultimate, yeah.
episode. So to X-Men 97. So that should definitely be something.
Man's hands. I can't wait.
All right, so till next time, take it easy. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
I am inevitable.
Okay, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Khaotic Conversation. And here we go. banging, so the verse gotta bang too. You ain't feeling it, man, I don't know what to say to you. I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep flowing. And my channel, yeah, it's gonna keep growing. Comment chat is who I am. You be like, yo, that's Danny? Damn, he kinda nice. This shit is hot. It's Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. The show Khaotic Conversation is the best damn show on YouTube Nation. So sit back, enjoy the show, and like the Joker says, and here we go. Khaotic Conversation. Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.